What is your forecast? I need a major change. I can't stand no more rain. Everything's been going wrong. Please tell me it's something in the ozone. Or is the atmospheric pressure just too strong? I can't ride out one more storm, 'cause I've had too many highs and too many lows, too many storms and tornadoes. I need some blue skies and sunshine. I need a good forecast tonight. Cause I've had too many highs and too many lows, too many storms and tornadoes. I need some blue skies and sunshine. I need a good outlook tonight. Hope your weekend forecast is bright. Hope you got me on your weather eye.
Participation, more hesitation can turn lethal. And burn people with no hope, it's no peace. Us in the neighborhood scatters another drug war. Try conversating, but he won't listen. He said the world is a living hell for God's sake. Nobody thought I'd make it. World call me loser, just a high school dropout. Young drug abuser, mama told me there'd be days like this. I never listened, spent my childhood years in my neighborhood, prison. The world don't give a fuck about the kid. I can see from the poverty and the evil shit they did. It's in my young nation. Participation, more hesitation can turn lethal. When ain't no love for a young nigga, he turn to evil. And burn people with no hope, it's no peace. So all my niggas start regulating on your streets. Us in the neighborhood scatters another drug war. There ain't no truth on negotiating with drug lords. Try conversating, but he won't listen. He said the world is a living hell for God's children. Picture him still in the pit, doing like +2. We living to die. Everybody's high, put some high, took some high. Everybody's high, put some high, took some high. Don't wanna see me shoot, but they ain't worried. We living. Everybody's high, put some high, took some high. Everybody's high, put some high, took some high. Prison is hell for a nigga, they using my bail. With bigger jails for a nigga, fuck on feelings. Everybody's high, put some high, took some high. Everybody's high, put some high, took some high. now. And some are know they individual, but some are dumb. Not just a small time criminal, times have changed. Homies died, only lives remain. Massive amount that I got, tell me how to pay. Sitting on the beds came up on the jag, then got it out for the cross times. So flicked on the path. All my homeboys that didn't make it. For you, I do it. Remember back in the days, it's young fluid. Telling me to beware because you can't help me to be prepared. Cemetery full of homies belonging here. But what about the babies? Lost and watching burglars. Who come to be a dealer too young to be a murderer. I'm begging you, God, don't make their lives too hard. They already scarred. Too doped up to see the storms. We living to die. Everybody's high, put some high. Too living to die. Everybody's high, put some high. Took some high. Everybody's high, put some high. Too don't wanna see me shoot, but they ain't bugging me living. Everybody's high, put some high. Too everybody's high, put some high. Too prison is hell for a nigga. They using my bail. With bigger jails for a nigga. Fuck on feeling tired. Everybody's high, put some high. Too everybody's high, put some high.
I done took care of their whole family. I done took care of everything for them, looked out for them, put them in the game, everything. Turned on me. Fear is stronger than love. Remember that. Fear is stronger than love. All the love I gave didn't mean nothing when it came to fear. So it's all good. But I'm a soldier. I always survive. I constantly come back. You know what I mean? Only thing that can kill is death.
Bitches are plenty, handling semi, sipping Henny. I hustle for pennies. Know my own fear by many. I watched it, took notes as a child. I strategized. Niggas don't know me, but they think that we could be closer than homies. Nigga, you phony, so quit buying tricks. Pride on my money and funny about my currency. Niggas don't wanna see me shooting, but they ain't bugging me living to death. Prison is hell for a nigga, they using my bail. With bigger jails for a nigga. Father, I'm feeling tired, forgive me, cause I'm a sinner. Living like it's a dub, while ducking cops and the criminals. Homies is dead, brother. Past times are gone, that's why I do bleaking, cause my mind is gone. And if I die, too doped up to see the storms, we living to die. Everybody's high, put some high. Everybody's high, put some high. Too don't wanna see me shoot, but they ain't bugging me living. Everybody's high, put some high. Everybody's high, put some high. Prison is hell for a nigga. They using my bail. With bigger jails for a nigga. Fuck on feelings. Everybody's high, put some high. Everybody's high, put some high. Participation, more hesitation can turn legal. When ain't no love for a young nigga, he turn evil. And burn people with no hope, it's no peace. So all my niggas start regulating on your streets. Us in the neighborhood scatters another drug war. There ain't no truth on negotiating with drug lords. So I conversating, but he won't listen. We living to die. Everybody's high, put some high. Everybody's high, put some high. Don't wanna see me shoot, but they ain't bugging me living. Everybody's high, put some high. Everybody's high, put some high. Prison is hell for a nigga. They using my bail. With bigger jails for a nigga. Fuck on feelings. Everybody's high, put some high. Everybody's high, put some high.
Never. You ain't never had a friend like me. Believe that. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. See, at night I watch the sky, I take another breath, I smoke my new boy to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. Just me and you evading enemies, let you get my last shot of Hennessy. Ain't never had a friend like me. Remember memories so vividly. Was once a little dust kicker, now becomes a G. Who can I call when they all fail? Collect calls to my dogs from the county jail, sending me mail, heard the blocks in the same shape. Ain't nothing changed, niggas slanging at the same place. The same faces, supposed to always hate our foes. This lifestyle is forever, watch the game unfold. Shedding crocodile tears, just got life plus. And you wonder if these white judges like us. Just stay strong, we'll appeal, nigga, you be free. Down with you to the very end, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. How can I be blamed? Forgive me, Lord, I'm insane. In search of fame, won't hurt to change. Following the footsteps of past dealers. Equipped with ski masks, no witnesses, we blast squillers. Maybe now they feel us in this act of war. More casualties, no survivors. Any man that defies quickly dies. Cause we brought us in my quest for chips. We wear vests equipped with automatic fire. We reply when my enemies trip. Me and you against the nation. Whispering while we conversating. Cause niggas died over information. How much more can we take? expect us all to break. The world ain't ready for us yet, so let's make Clinton pay. They never wanted us to make it. Everything that we possess, we had to fight and take it. I think the president is smoking weed, bumping this beat, making a living out my misery. So they got a friend like me, I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me.
Law enforcement to get, you know, precision things done. It's going to be way better money spent than $8 an hour for drug addicts and bums. Just get a well-placed law enforcement investigator. I mean, we're talking about less than $500. The thing will be wrapped.
No, you don't understand. I'm completely broke now. I'm completely broke. I survive from paycheck to paycheck. I'm barely capable to pay for my medications, my pain meds that I have to take because I'm in so much pain, and because my mortgage. So that's all I can do to survive.
Well, I'll pray for you, dear, and please get these people out of your attic. Sounds like a nightmare.
Okay, everybody prays for me. Maybe that'll happen.
Well, everybody, please, let's, I'll pray for, what was your name? Liz? I'm sorry. Liz? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. What, your name? Liz. Praying for you here.
Yeah, we're going to pray for you, sweetheart, okay? And God bless you. And
Thank you, and I'll pray for you too.
all right, I appreciate it. Yeah, and James, and then we have Chris here on the line, which is, he's being quiet. He's just listening.
Yeah,
Trying to be helpful.
I've tried everything I can, and you know, I heard of a guy that spent $600,000 to have all his implants removed because I know they put implants in me, and he spent $600,000 traveling all over the world to have it done, and then he figure out all this stuff to wrap around his body to keep the electrical and the whatever, the lasers or radiation, whatever they're shooting at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured it out myself. It just took many years. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to spend that kind of money. But if they get to you, just make sure they can't get to you at night while you're sleeping, and you should be able to get over this, okay? And try to be, you know, don't think that you're going crazy because you're not. If they're trying to make you be tortured mentally, emotionally, and physically if they get you, okay? And you've got my number, you guys. If either one of you wants to call me and talk to me, if you don't want to give me your number, just block it and just leave a message, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, well, this is the call-in number for my channel. Sometimes I have to change it, but as of right now, this is it. So, same to you as well, Liz.
Okay.
All right, thank you, dear.
All right, God bless you, baby.
All right.
God bless you too, honey.
All right, much love, honey. Bye-bye.
Sheesh, that called scared me. That was terrifying.
Very much so. You know,
Living in the attic, drilling the teeth. That is,
and you know what, James? You know, like I said, you know, you waking up in that padded room, pretty much no clothes on, soaking wet with color wheel and all that other kind of stuff. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you were actually lasered and chipped as well. And there's ways of checking for that. Say you take your dog to the vet, they can actually scan you with that scanner that they read their chip with. They can scan.
I'm afraid that would be the point, is labeling me crazy, talking about chips and all this stuff. They'd be, this guy's crazy.
Well,
I honestly think, believe me,
I've got.
You don't trust them, man, and try to ask them to actually check out the equipment for yourself and actually use one yourself if they let you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. I could care less.
It's only when active ops are going on, like, oh, let's make them look crazy, that I would care about that.
Houston, Texas, you're on the line.
Houston, Texas is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Bright Horizon 771, and I'm just northwest of Houston, Texas. And yeah, the deal that happened in the southern half of where I live was pretty bad. But just to answer a bunch of questions for James and the other caller that just called in.
Yeah, can you repeat your name, please?
What's that?
Can you please repeat your name?
Oh, my first name's David.
David. Okay, now your screen name. You said it was something.
Oh, yeah, it's Bright Horizon 771.
Oh, okay. All right, nice to meet you, honey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no problem. Okay, so to answer the caller and answer James, a big question here. Let me explain something to you. Hurricane Andrew came in as a Category 5 hurricane. It hit Florida in August of 1992. There was a Gwynn Tower. That was knocked down. They said it was going to cost billions and billions and billions of dollars to fix it. And either that or just put up a new one. They didn't want to do that, so they left it down. That we're in that area where that Gwynn Tower is. That is a safe zone where targeted individual people go. And then the other alternative is in Virginia. So if you plan on moving to get away from all the electronic harassment and all of that, either pick Florida or pick Virginia. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. Pack your stuff and go. I presently know 19 people that were targeted individuals, and they either moved to Florida or they moved to Virginia. They didn't tell me where they were going, and it was just the best. It was just the best for them because there's 7 different levels of the targeted individual, and all of these people are on the level 7, and it's pretty severe.
Oh my God! Hopefully, I'm not in levels and targeted nonsense. Hopefully, I'm just dealing with some sort of person that needs help. Drug addict of some sort. But tell us about these levels here.
Well, one of the main things that I can tell you, there's one person, and I'm not going to say his name for security reasons, but okay, this man divorced his wife and remarried another woman, and this other woman had 2 children, and so when the children would go to the woman he married, in other words, his ex-wife's husband, he was doing stuff to these little girls. And so
oh my God.
He went and reported it, and that put him on the targeted individual list. Level 7.
Wait. He was doing stuff to children?
No.
Or he reported it?
Okay. Let me clarify this. All right. So the woman he married, her ex-husband was doing something to these little girls, and so the woman that married the person that I know, he reported it. They put him on the targeted individual list.
So the person who reported it was targeted as a result.
So the guy that reported it was put on the list?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct. And it was insane. They were jacking with his food. They were coming in his house. They were messing with his computers. Everything y'all been saying, that's all targeted individual garbage. And the only way to get away from it is either go to Florida, where hey, listen, you just go to Google and punch in the Hurricane Andrew knocked down the Gwynn Tower. And wherever it shows you where that is, you should start seeing listings after that saying this is a safe location. The electronic harassment's been turned down because of that Gwynn Tower not being there. And I understand what the military is going to use. That's what they're going to use to communicate. If everything goes down and shit hits the fan,
I said there's a sort of a communication system that they are using and actively putting in for that big event, and they're going to use it for communication. I've had that sneaky suspicion, but it's only been a suspicion. But keep going.
Yeah, but in other words, if there is no power or whatever's going on, then they're going to use the Gwynn Towers because those were put up in between 61 and 64 or 65. I forget exactly off the top of my head what year it was. But the other thing that I called in for is maybe Kate Smalls knows who I'm talking about. But okay, this gentleman had I can't remember the man's name, but he had a channel on YouTube, and it's called the New Bureau Channel. And he's always talking about the New Bureau, and now he's changed the name to Twisted Truth. I'm sorry, I almost said the wrong thing. Okay, so he put up a video 2 days ago, and it says Obama slain in Cairo. And so described in the video that Michelle Obama and Obama went to Cairo, Egypt, I think somewhere between the 3rd and the 5th of March, 2019. And this event that I'm getting ready to explain to you just happened about 3 or 4 days ago. So as he's describing in the video, because he's reading it off some news article, Obama excused himself to go to the bathroom. Well, he not only went to the bathroom, he also got away from his Secret Service detail. And so 15 minutes later, they could not find him. And then when they found him, he had a bullet that was shot in his chest, 2 to the back of the head, and someone took a knife and stabbed him at the brim of his rib cage.
Wait a minute. We're talking about Obama, the ex-president here?
Yes. Go
Yes,
ahead.
just a moment. Let me hang on. I'm trying to explain. And they stuck a knife through the bottom end of his rib cage up to the surface of his neck to cut the carotid arteries. So then the man, I can't remember the man's name, and I'm not going there. But okay, he explains there's been 2 clones killed, and he explains one clone has been put in jail.
What?
Okay. And I have presently, right now at this moment, I have some friends that are in the military, and they're at Guantanamo. Hillary Clinton is not there, Obama's not there, and George Bush is not there. That was a big bogus lie. But supposedly, one of the clones that looks like Obama is in jail, and 2 others have been killed. And so I've been skip tracing and backpedaling on this article, but I'm in 17 Christian chat rooms. I presently know 8,000 people that live in and around Israel, and they're sending me information as much as possible. And the other day, I had a bunch of stuff sent to me, and somebody in Washington D.C. on the FBI. I saw the number on my caller ID. It said FBI, and it said Washington D.C. Some gentleman called me, and he was just like trying to find out what I was looking up and all this information that was being sent to me. Because it's because of Obama. But I explained to him, what's up? And then he goes, send me the video. I'd like to see it. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble. He guaranteed it to me. And I was like, hey, it doesn't matter. It's on YouTube. It's already been broadcasted. And he goes, exactly. And so I sent it to his personal phone. He listened to it. He goes, I don't know if this is true or not, but if anything is, we'll take care of it. I was like, well, whatever. I was just like, whatever. And that's the only thing I could do to get him off the phone because he was driving me crazy, And then if you go to, oh man, what's it called? There's one of those search sites. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Truth Finder. And you punch in your information.
Is that a YouTube channel or is it a website?
Oh no! Oh, you mean about this video that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No, it's on Twisted Truth.
Okay.
And it says Obama slain in Cairo with a question mark.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe if you just typed in Obama slain in Cairo with a question mark, I think not only the video but the actual man's channel would pop up.
I found it. Yeah, I can't play it just due to copyright. But
one thing that's coming to my mind that somebody said, they said beware of deep fakes in the next couple of months. This is just a couple of like a little bit ago, and I always was like, deep fakes. I wonder if this is what the kind of thing they're talking about, because I have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm subscribed to that channel, Twisted Truth. Did you ever call into Dan's Scared Performance channel?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
No, I don't know who that is. But anyways, May the 5th, 2016, I graduated from college.
Okay.
And I became a pastor. And 2 weeks before I graduated, I had some dude from DHS and Homeland Security come over to my house, and they wanted me to go work for the clergy response team. That's the other side. I told them to get in their car and get off my driveway, get their asses out of my face.
Yeah,
And
everybody should know about the response team.
He looked at me. As the guy was getting in his car, he looked at me. He goes, "You're going on a list." And so, yeah, the Truth Finder website that I was talking about a second ago, you punch in your personal information because there may be that. I've got a friend of mine that was listed that he's been to jail, and he's never been to jail. But okay, so I'm on the DOJ, I'm on the FBI, I'm on the CIA and Interpol's list because, of just information that I'm always dealing with. I'm always searching stuff on the internet. 2017, let's see, it was in between March and April. It's March and April 2017. I went into Florida because I was going to do some research on CERN, and all of a sudden I got pulled into a back door. That's the best way I can describe it to you. And the next thing I saw, everything was in, I knew it was France, the French language. And so I hit Google to interpret it, and then all of a sudden on one of my phones, a gray box appeared and it says, "We know where you are. Don't hang up, and we're going to call you in just a minute." And so where I was sucked into was into France on CERN's website, and see the United States government's involved in that. And so all of a sudden this gentleman told me, he said, "How'd you get in here?" I said, "Dude, I didn't do anything." And then I started hearing other people on the line saying, "No, I've been watching for about 10 minutes now, and he didn't do anything. It's just there was a back door. Somehow he activated or something. I don't know exactly what I did, but I was vortexed into another computer server, and it was in France. And all of a sudden, this one gentleman told me, he goes, "I'm about to have you put in jail for 50 years. And he goes, "You're in a secured website." And I actually saw a folder file, and I opened it up because I thought, "Hey, what's this?" And then they go, "Oh, go ahead and tell the world, but we're changing everything you just saw." And so, yeah, they let me go, and they told me they were going to be watching me. So I'm not really worried about it. I don't even care because I don't do anything. I mean, I totally changed my life around when I came back to the Lord January the 25th, 2012. So, it's like I don't even do some of the stuff that I used to do. Oh, my God. But, it's wild. But, yeah. In other words, I've been around the block, and I know a lot of different things. And, and then not only am I not a pastor, I'm also an apostle prophet as well. I walk in 3 offices. June the 8th, 2008, I fell off a four-wheeler and I died for 3 minutes.
Oh,
and
wow.
I ended up in the third heaven. I saw the 7 bowl curses. God has 12 to 15 angels protecting those. I saw the scepters, the 7 bowl curses. Yeah, Revelation 16. I actually saw down a corridor where Satan was standing in front of God, where it says in Revelations 20:12, I believe that's the scripture. I'm not exact. I know it's 20, but I can't remember the little small number. But where it says Satan is the accuser of the brethren, day and night. And yeah, I saw that too. And then my grandmother said something. My grandmother said something to me, and it took my focus off of that. And then all of a sudden, I saw a gentleman walking up behind my grandmother, 5'6", 5'7", long jet black hair, holes in his hands and holes in his feet. And then he got a little closer, and that's when I realized it was Jesus. And then when he got really close, then I noticed he didn't have human eyeballs. He had fire in his eyes. And yes, there's 2 scriptures in the Bible that talks about where Jesus has fire in his eyes. So yeah, I didn't know that now like I know now. Back then I didn't know that. But
what did you feel?
Yeah, and then I kept. What's that?
What did you feel when you seen him physically?
Well, it was more just personal stuff that he was saying to me.
No.
And,
what did you feel?
Oh, other than the everlasting love that radiates out of him. I mean, yeah, that was one major thing. But okay, see, look, he went through a bunch of different things that were going on in my life. And he told me this was going to end. Now, look, when I woke up, everything he had told me and every answer that I gave him back was removed out of my memory. And like I said, 3 minutes later, this 3 minutes felt like 30 days. I mean, that's what it felt like.
Right.
And so, but one thing I do remember as he was telling me to go back, he told me to go back. He goes, "You have been upgraded."
Wow.
And, yeah, so I mean, but see, prior to 95 through 98, 2002 and 2006, when I walked up the board, I automatically just thought I was just an apostle. I mean, a prophet, because the wisdom and knowledge that I had that showed up in my life in between 3 and 4, and never has left me ever since then. But yeah, that's just confirmation. I'm just doing something. I'm saying something as confirmation. So our gifts show up in our life before we even come to know the Lord. And so yeah, so I didn't know what he meant by the upgrade, but now I do know because of 1 Corinthians 9:1-3, where Paul said, "Am I not an apostle? Did I not see Jesus Christ?" So now I understand that. So yeah, it goes into another realm of like, whoa, what is the deal here? But anyways, yeah. So, and then I know people, because like I said, I'm in 17 Christian chat rooms. I'm in a Christian chat room right now at this current moment. There's 11 million people in there. And so there's 9 million people that are in the fivefold ministry: apostle, prophet, evangelist, teacher, and pastor. And I've been in that room since 2013. So it's fun when I go in there, because there's a lot of people that I know. And some people lived on the New Madrid, or some people lived in California. And 2 weeks before Trump became the president, God woke them up right when they were waking up. God told them, "Pack your stuff, I'm moving you." And they said, "Where?" And a lot of people were told Texas. And that's because our power lines are shielded down here. 92, 93, when we voted for the president way back then, everybody in the United States voted to have the power lines shielded. And everybody voted against it except Texas. So we can have a solar storm come off the sun. A solar storm can blast off the sun right now. And I don't care how big it is, we're not going to lose our power. And so if God ever tells you to move and he tells you Texas, now you know why.
Right.
And I know it gets extremely hot here, and some people can't stand the heat, but it's whatever, So yeah, they started that in the spring of '94, and they finished it on June the 27th to June the 29th, 2017. It took approximately 21 or 22 years.
I was gonna say, I was talking. I was on mute. Wait, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, honey.
I was on mute the whole time.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's weird is I have been getting a weird Texas thing. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's because like I'm like, oh, I want to go somewhere opposite of California, but there and I'm like, I don't want to move. I don't know if I want to move to Texas, but it's weird. There has been a weird like something, and I'm like, Texas, have I like I don't know.
I have a few friends.
Strange though. It's like there's almost like he just said when the Lord, Lord speaking to you, and I was like, I don't know if it's the Lord or my own thoughts, but there is something with Texas. I can't put my finger on it, but it's like I just wanted to mention that.
Wow.
I don't know. So, but it's partial, just maybe it's just own protection and just let me be me. Texas also is it seems like the one state where we're talking about actively they're targeting the entire population, and that's not like, oh, I want to move there, but there's a reason that's happening. And I believe also the whole thing with finding the Texas map with the what they're calling them, hostile,
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I'll just tell you this, James. If you do move, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody where you're going. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just pack your stuff. whatever you have to do. If you move to Florida, if you move to Virginia, like I said, the maps are on Google, and if they're not there, then go to DuckDuckGo or go to Bing and look them up, because they do have them on there. And if you move in one of those locations, I promise you, a lot of the electronic harassment that's going on with you.
I don't have any electronic harassment, though. That's the thing. I don't have any electronic harassment. I have none of that.
I'll tell you what, though,
Just
that's
so
advice
people
from the
know.
caller. That's really good advice from the caller.
Listen, bro. Listen, I'm talking about the gang stalking too, and the gaslighting and all that crap, because they all use that. They have to use it's not cell phones, bro. It's some kind of walkie-talkie system. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I told you I have 19 people that were in my life, friends of mine, and they had to get the hell out of here, and they had to either move to Florida or Virginia, because these people, and like that one caller said, they were shooting laser beams in her hips and causing her intense pain. I don't know if she's listening right now, but yeah, that's 100% true. That's 100%.
That is taking place in Texas. That's taking place in Texas.
No, that was the caller before him, Liz.
Yeah, before me.
No, I understand, but
Liz, the lady that was in Arizona. Yeah, so yeah, no, everything she said, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen friends of mine where they just all of a sudden just burst out screaming because they were in pain. And then we looked up, and there was a freaking drone. There's a freaking drone right over our heads, one of those 30-foot drones that doesn't need fuel, and that's what it was doing. It was beaming down electronic harassment on this friend of mine, and he was just like, I've had it. I got to get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
I've heard so much about this electronic harassment, and to be 100 with you, 100% honest, I haven't experienced that thing. That's horrible. The drone was shooting some sort of directed energy.
Yeah, some kind of directed energy, James. I think they're trying to mess with your head in that way. It's not something you can see. It's something you feel.
And don't forget,
it's invisible.
And James, don't forget about Jesse Ventura. You remember he did that documentary, and it's still on YouTube. And he went to somebody's house that he knows, and there was a person that they met there, and that dude had a microphone, and it was like a CD player, and then some other piece of equipment. And then they just picked this thing up and aimed it at Jesse Ventura's head, and he started speaking in the microphone, and Jesse Ventura heard it in his head. See, that's
my
why.
goodness. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that technology has been so proliferated. They even had advertisers use it, and I was like, it's the voice of God technology, where basically I forget if I was in New York or LA, but literally I think it was New York. You literally walked on the street, right? And right at the moment, right at this right here, all of a sudden you would hear, I forget exactly what it was. It was like, I go see this movie or whatever, some spooky whatever, but you're like, what the hell? And it wasn't coming from a microphone. It was literal voice of God technology, but they were using it in advertisement. And I was going like, if they're using this in advertisement, like, come on, man, there's more to it than that's not, I mean, I know what they were doing. Like, oh, look at, but it was very spooky to me. I was like, oh, that's spooky stuff.
Right.
I mean, the advertising, it was whatever. And I remember it. I was so captivated. I just kept going by that area, and I was, I was like, what the heck, and it's so weird because it's not a speaker. It's in your own head. And it's crazy.
Okay. Out of the 19 people that I told you, out of the 19 people that I knew in the past, and they had to move out of Texas, and they either moved to Florida or they moved to Virginia, there's only one that I keep in contact with, and he's got a burner phone, and he'll call me every once in a while. He said that once he wouldn't tell me where he's living, and I don't want to know, but he said that in between 60 and 75% of the electronic harassment is completely gone. Completely gone.
So there's still some electronic harassment? But there's still some? There's still some?
Yeah, it's like it's coming from the drones they have up in the air, bro. That we can't. Some of them we can't see because they're 50,000 feet up, but they can still blast down. This. I don't know what it is. But it would cause people to have pain and stuff.
Oh.
And out of the 19 people that I know, they would tell me that sometimes. Like if they didn't, okay, look, if they told me they got in their car, and let's say they drove to Austin, Texas, and they checked in a hotel and they checked in with a different name, the electronic harassment would stop until they figured out that where they were again. Wow. But it wouldn't take long. It would take less than 12 to 18 hours, and they'd figure out where they were, and then boom, it'd be just like it would hit them. It would hit them almost double.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they could actually do that. They could go to another town or whatever, and then just check in with a false name, and all of a sudden, but yeah, whenever they'd be found, boom, it was like double time,
Oh my God, that sounds like hell on earth. I mean, we're talking about that sounds like hell on earth. I mean, literally from the Bible, that's purgatory where men are asking to die. It's a nonstop torture. Drones from the sky delivering down, not death, just harassment. Ugh, gives me a bad taste in my mouth.
There's actually, James, there was actually one gentleman that put his hands, he stuck his hands out, but he had his right hand up above his left hand. He told me to stick my hand in between his two hands, and I literally felt like this energy force that was coming out of his right hand going through my right hand and then leaving the palm of my hand going back into his left hand. And I got a full understanding on what the heck this dude was talking about. And I was like, oh my God. He goes, yeah, it feels like my insides are being fried.
Now, do you?
People experience it. They talk about literally, you're being microwaved from the inside. Your molecules inside of you on the where the moisture and everything in your body is heating up like a microwave. Right. I mean, that's the type of stuff I've heard.
Do you think?
Well, there's that technology is real. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's real.
Do you think that has something to do with spontaneous combustion?
I don't know. I have no idea.
My question is I
felt something go through my hand. I felt something go through my hand, and it was so intense, and it was only for about 2 or 3 seconds. And then when I pulled my hand out of his hands, my whole right hand, my hand was numb for like 5 minutes. I was like, what? I was like, what in the world?
Numb? Like tingly?
Oh, no, not tingling. It felt like it felt like my hand was asleep, basically.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. You right before your foot falls asleep or something like that, there's that tingly thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, this is the only thing that has come close. Okay, I do not know what this was, but there was some of that, and I have no idea what was going on, and I'm chalking it up to somebody. Lady is
okay. And this gentleman that I'm talking about, this gentleman told me this. He said, if you go to the FBI, you go to the cops, you go and tell anybody this, they're going to double and triple time his harassment would double and triple time on him. They would break in his house, mess with his computer.
No.
Yeah, they would hide.
No.
They would hide stuff where he couldn't get in.
Are you kidding me?
In his house. Yeah, he said if you tell anyone, they're going to look at you and think that you're crazy. Because I know
that. Okay, I understand that. I do really understand that. But isn't there a level of people in the force I'm just having a really hard time. I can't believe that all the police are bad.
There's good people in the force, James, but at the top of the chain, they're all corrupt.
He told me that he told a cop one time, and this cop came outside, and he said, "Your cell phone, leave it in your car." And he put his cell phone in this gentleman's car that I'm talking about. And the cop said, the cops, the FBI, they're all in on it. As soon as you say something, someone gets word of it, they're gonna end up hurting you.
Somebody at the bottom of the chain is going to say something to somebody higher up who's corrupt, and it goes higher up and higher up.
It's not just the United States, it's Canada, it's the other side of the earth, it's Germany, France, England. He showed me all these documented files that he was having to go to either DuckDuckGo or Bing. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. This one gentleman I'm talking about, and he showed me all this stuff, and he had a laptop, and then one day he'd come up and he'd go, "Oh yeah, watch this," and he'd type in his password. No, nothing. They changed his password on his computer. And so he would
yeah.
He'd basically have to uninstall Windows because he had Windows in a partition. He'd have to uninstall Windows and then re-download it back on and start over. But no, I mean, he wouldn't lose what he had saved because that was on the rest of his hard drive. It was just inside that partition that would be removed. You know,
I have dealt with this. Hey, bro, when I have a very clear story of when that actually happened to me. I stopped using Windows altogether. It was such a horrible experience. The computer did not, it was gone. It was toast. But that partition thing, I have witnessed that, and that is hell on earth. That's why I completely changed platforms. But there is something they do where they make a ghost partition, and everything from there is you're done. There's no getting rid of it. The computer. And I dealt with it, and I was like, this is terrible. The ghost partitions.
Well,
man, that was back on Vista.
If you've got administrator access, it's easy to do something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing I was, if you don't know all the things of devices, like all the capabilities and things, and there's somebody, there's always somebody that does, you better learn that stuff because it's a nightmare if you're trying to use something, especially if you just got it and
are you still using that Mac, James?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I stopped using it. It was too slow. I built myself a computer, but I don't like Windows myself, but it does certain things. But
that was before Windows 10, and the 10 seems like it's cheese whiz.
Well,
when I say cheese whiz, I mean hacker friendly. Like it's there.
10 is not only hacker friendly. Well, it's not just hacker friendly. It's really an anti-privacy, anti-consumer to the point where they're installing updates without you knowing about it. Where you wake up and they're like, "Oh, we installed all these updates, and by the way, all your privacy features have been removed, and we can listen to your microphone." And
that's what I mean. Cheese whiz. That's it.
Yeah.
They're made. They're made to be super easy to lurk on you, and it's like that's unacceptable. Especially Windows 10.
And then after the gentleman that I was talking about, after he left here, there was actually a few different incidences where I would see cars driving by me, and these weird-looking people be in the car, and they would like look at me, and they'd and then after a short time, they stopped coming around. So I was just like, "Whoa, dude, were they trying to mess with me?" But by then,
anytime they make it to where they're like, "Look at me," it's a tactic. It's because there's covert and there's overt, things, and I always think it's just really kind of off. Like, why are you wanting me to notice you? And it's a tactic they use, and it's weird.
And then also this same gentleman that I'm talking about, like I said, I don't want to say his name because that's just for security reasons. But okay, he had 3 plumbers that lived by him. They had plumber vans that would sit out in front of the house.
Oh, already, I don't like it.
And these plumbers, it was an actual company. They had phone number on the van and everything. These vans never left.
Oh, come on, plumbers. The
buddy,
CIA is messing with. That's what they call
buddy-
the.
James, you had a van outside your house before the power went out. Remember that?
I'm not sure, man, but my buddy bought a UHF and a VHF deal that that will let you know. And so we would just aim it at the different houses, and it was anywhere from 25 up to about 75 rads of certain electronics, like being beamed at this gentleman's house. And I was like, "What the heck?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's what they do. They'll move somebody in next to you and have electronic harassment, and they bought, that person got their house bought, probably their car, and God knows what else given to them." I was like, "Whoa, dude!" So yeah, over the years, out of these 19 people that I know, I know all about this stuff, and it's crazy though. I feel sorry for y'all. Oh my God.
Oh, please don't feel sorry for me. It's being taken care of. Everything is. The calls that I'm hearing tonight sound so much worse. Drilling of teeth and people living in attics. I honestly think there might just be, a woman has a drug problem here. I just do not want to. I'm finding it hard to believe. There's just a targeted campaign on Americans, and it's a hard pill to swallow if you understand what I'm saying. It's just really difficult.
Experiments, James. They do this to see how much one can take. How far they can get with one person, and they're using these people as guinea pigs. So.
Yeah, that's right. She's right. And I would suggest, James, you move and don't tell anybody where you move to. I mean, it's still probably going to be safe for you to get on YouTube and stuff, but just, do it cautiously. If you do end up moving, just don't tell anybody where you move to, and just double time your protection, and just totally be secure and safe about everything you do.
Don't be so open, James, as to posting like PO box address or location.
Oh, come on! Everybody posts their PO box address. Like what?
I'm talking about you, James. If you've already been targeted, I don't care what everybody else does. You need to worry about
James.
you.
James, I'm going to use an example. Just say for an example, you moved to Florida. Don't tell anybody. Don't put up a PO box. You can still come on YouTube. Just be cautious of what you do. Be safe.
That's what I was trying to tell him too. Like, if you're trying to do something, don't tell everybody the cards that you're playing.
That's right. I'm not kidding you. And it's one gentleman that I know that I still have communication with. I know this for a fact. He doesn't just. I know wherever he's staying in like 2 different locations, and I know this for a fact. He doesn't tell anybody jack crap because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. Actually, I think he actually told me he changed his name, legally, and so that even made the skip trace even harder.
Right.
And it's not even a trust issue. At this point, it's a surveillance issue.
They're going on the offense against you. You've got to go on the defense right back to them, and be smart about it. I know all this stuff because of all these people I know, and it's just like, wow. So when all of y'all started talking about this, I was like, oh my God, I've got to call in now.
What's your name again, caller?
What's that?
What's your name again?
My first name's David.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, David. I totally agree. And I think it's not just a trust issue when it comes to not telling people where you're going or what you're going to do. It's a surveillance issue because people are listening to, or sometimes they're even hacked into the computers of the people you're talking to because they're trying to focus in on you specifically. Or, if you're a target individual, they're trying to figure out where you're going. So they're tapping into the people who they know that you talk to. So it's more of a surveillance issue than it is a trust issue. I mean, of course,
that they know in that location that can, carry on what they started. It's a security issue, James. You don't have to get so bent out of shape. It's just because we care about you. I mean, unless you want this stuff to keep going.
I'm not getting bent out of shape. I'm just
what we're saying is, man, if you're gonna jump ship, don't tell anybody when you're gonna do it or where. just do it.
Heard ya.
Yeah, and then if you come back on YouTube, like I said, you come back on YouTube, even under the same name, don't tell anybody where you are. Just be quiet about it. I mean, seriously, bro.
I hear you.
Because this one person that I know that I keep in contact with, he's still on YouTube. And I'm presently subscribed to his channel, and
Is that one you
I don't go and watch a lot of his videos, but yeah, like I said, you got to go on the defense, and you got to double and triple time it. You got to go against the grain. And the last time I spoke to him, he said there's days where the electronic harassment totally stops, and then there's days where it's it's still there, but it's not as bad as it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, thank God for that.
Right.
And but I mean, I know it's so asinine. I know it's so asinine. You have to move, and you have to move in one of these two locations, because that's the only places on this earth that do not allow the electronic harassment.
I'll be honest with you. I do not think that this issue, unless I'm wrong, but
buddy, it sounds like you're targeted, bro. I know 19 people.
He's in denial.
I know 19 people. I know what's going on. I've listened to them over the years. I've heard you tonight, and I'm going to just tell you this right now. Now, are you level 7? I don't think so. Level 5? Maybe. Level 6 is not as bad as level 7, but damn, dude.
Well, where do these levels come from, and who establishes them?
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Have you ever checked out James's channel?
Whoa. Chris was asking a question.
Oh,
He was saying, did you not hear him?
No.
I just wanted to know what the levels were and who established them.
Yeah, no, like I said, they have 7 different levels, and I said, James, I think you are targeted. I've been listening to you. I've listened to some of your YouTube videos in the past, and I don't know if you're a level 5. I don't know. I have no idea, but I just know there is some kind of harassment going on with you. And if I was you, I would get your affairs in order, get out of California, and get your ass to one of the 2 destinations I just said, and then, go on the defense, even if you have to change your name. Now, I'm not saying change your YouTube channel name. I'm saying keep that the same, because you're going to be in a safe location. You hear what I'm saying? But,
David, what Chris was asking was, what are the levels and who established them?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. It was. It's like every once in a while when y'all talk to me, I have to listen really hard. Okay. Like I said, there's levels. There's level 1 through 4, and then it goes from 4 up to 7. And who's doing this? It's the United States government.
God, that is such a hard pill.
That's what I know. That's basically what I know, and it's just like
But even what I was told by somebody in the government is that term really is it's like a generic, because there's all kinds of people in the government. There's criminals, there's Christians.
I know that.
Everybody. My question to you, David, though, is I mean, in your estimation,
that's why Jesse Ventura did all these special shows, because there was people contacting him, telling him that he was targeted, and so he went around to try to find out who started, who was involved, and all of them were just dead ends.
That's the one thing I've been hearing is dead end street. And one thing that I put together, and it's not making sense, is there is disorganized weird people, druggy types, and there is some sort of organization in there, and it doesn't make sense. I've heard about paid on these cards, like cards that they pay for, and all this other stuff. And, something has to be. If this were a network, obviously they have to, be getting paid to do this type of stuff. And, I've heard something like that. I'm not sure if this is one of those situations.
I got them all from you. Can I just stay a while and we'll put all the world to rights? The little ones will grow and I still drink your favorite wine. And soon they're going to close, but I'll see you another day. So much has changed since you've been away. I wish that heaven had visiting hours, so I could just swing by and ask your advice. What would you do in my situation? I haven't a clue how I'd even raise them. What would you do? 'Cause you always do what's right. We just talk a while until my worries disappear. I tell you that I'm scared of turning out a failure. You'd say, remember that the answer's in the love that we create. So much has changed since you've been away. I wish that heaven had visiting hours, and I would ask them if I could take you home. But I know what they'd say, that it's for the best. So I will live life the way you taught me and make it on my own. I will close the door, but I will open up my heart. And everyone I love will know exactly who you are. 'Cause this is not goodbye, it is just till we meet again. So much has changed since you've been away.
One of the gang leader formerly known as
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for. So you think you could tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field cold steel rail, a smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the wall for a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Like how we found the same old fears. Wish you were here.
Are you forced to use the claw?
The roses aren't as pretty, the sun isn't quite as high, the birds don't. You know my name.
But it's almost like he put his foot in his mouth, basically, is how I took it. And then they basically, removed the broadcast. So, who knows? and then that's how
Right.
it works, right? You know, a little bit of truth mixed with deception, right? Just a little bit. But another thing I wanted to talk to before we start the phone lines is what's your thoughts on those underground driving tunnels that Elon is trying to, I guess, promote? Okay, we're not taking calls here at the moment, but the military or the
is the facade. You know, he's a cardboard cutout for like a military industrial complex putting a face on things.
Right.
And that's what I think is going on. And if you look at any of these underground maps of the tunnel systems underground, a large portion of California doesn't connect in with the underground network that I believe can connect to a lot of different places. And what I think is going on is they're having like a PR campaign, you know what I mean, for this underground dig or whatever it is. But it has nothing to do with the public. Like, oh, we're unveiling how you can get your car down there and drive into the tunnel and load your car in and basically go around what it is for the people in the know and the people that use the system or whatever. They know that they could take their car down there and they could probably go, you know, to New York, like in, you know, an hour or whatever. I mean, I believe that there's a network down there that is huge.
Well, there's no way it's happened like he said. Oh, all I needed was a digging permit, and I just recently started digging, and you've already got how much tunnel? And just like Doc in the chat here, he said, I think the tunnels already exist. Well, yeah, I think they've been there.
Well, no, what he is doing is he is digging east. So the tunnels, they are very interlocked in the middle, but you could tell as they've gone to the west side, they stay away from the perimeter. And like, you know, so they barely make it out of Nevada, you know, I think. And so I think this one, because Elon Musk is right next to me here in District 33, the very far west end of Los Angeles. So I believe he is tunneling into the main structure to connect like a main port, a Los Angeles port. So they are televising it, and the people in the know what's going on. But for regular people, you're going like, there's not even an infrastructure to take my car into or whatever. Like, what is it? What are you talking about? So people in the know look at it one way, and then people in the not the know, they should be like, what the hell is he talking about? Get my car down there. Get my car down where? Where am I taking my car? What's going on here? So it makes more sense if you put a little context to it. I mean, I don't know. Do you really think that Elon Musk is like some, you know, creator of like these rockets and has like this multi-billion-dollar rocket company, multi-billion-dollar energy Tesla company, boring company? I mean, I think it really is a CIA production, and he's kind of like a cardboard cutout or a DOD production or whatever. And same goes with these internet, not internet companies, these like Facebooks and basically like Silicon Valley, Google, all the AT&T, all the way back. I believe that these companies, they have to have and there's a conglomerate, and then what they do is they go in their think tank. They also have artificial intelligence, and they have the artificial intelligence which they put into the artificial intelligence computer all these different scenarios, and they create like a artificial intelligence map of like the scenarios and what it will take to get to an end result and what you need to get to that point. And some of these things that we're seeing with the weather and seeing the destruction and all this, it's going to hit the globe. What seems to be random and also calculated with the regular rhythms of that area, and they're going to exacerbate. They're going to exacerbate the weather. They're going to, because they're going for population. They're trying to cut down the population. So they're going to increase the vaccine effectiveness. And when I say effectiveness, the effectiveness for the elites is that you don't have kids, not that you're protected from sickness. Right. Listen to Bill Gates. He says straight up, if we get the vaccine effectiveness down, we could get this number down to 0. When he was talking about that, he was talking about population.
He actually
we can get the population.
Yeah, he actually said it.
Yeah.
And did you know that children's skulls are a lot thinner than ours? So, I mean, anytime they get anything, radiation, vaccines, they're going to absorb it a lot more than an adult. That's why they want these children vaccinated so much more than when we were kids. It's like, that technology has increased as well. And, don't you think it's kind of odd that all the kids these days growing up are so much different than us? You've got all the autism, you've got all the mixed genders going on, it's
that's what's going on, is they're fucking with the hormones. Excuse my language. They are messing with the hormones. Yeah, they're messing with the hormones horribly. So they're over feminizing women to where it almost becomes reversal, and the women become more butch, and it over feminizes the men to where you become this, like, I don't know, like they call it metrosexual, and everybody kind of talks like, just a little bit higher, and everything is a little bit more wispy, and S's become S's, and just everything is weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all part of the plan. It all goes together. And
then meanwhile, you have the AI hell grid, artificial intelligence nightmare rolling in, like a nightmare, a literal nightmare coming in. And these people that are at the helm really are at the helm because they aren't at the helm. They are letting this other worldly energy push its way in and rearrange our society to where it could manipulate and know our numbers and know and keep track of everything we do. And it's like some alien force. And speaking of alien force, there's like some new talk and new evidence about this black goo that was found in the tomb. It crawled out of a tomb, and it spread
again.
It spread
like recently.
Yeah, I saw it. Richie from Boston did a video on it.
Well, black goo's been talked about for a few years, and it's come up recently. Like, it's been recently found again recently, huh?
Yeah, in some tomb in Egypt.
And it
9 yards.
And it moves.
No, it's like a black goo. It's like growing inside these tombs. And it was also, just to let you know, I think it's satanic. I think it's like a satanic hive form, like something. And it's also growing. It was also growing on the side of the freaking obelisk in the Washington Monument.
Nice.
Remember when I covered that when that was first. This is a new story. The black goo found in the tomb. Yeah, pretty trippy. But I mean, I think this black goo is some sort of alien form that's is basically gave us technology to like take us over.
Is what acts it.
Look, if you were going to take over a society or control it, bring in a control system, you would bring in electronics and then basically ones and zero everybody. Make everybody ones and zeros. You're going to digitize everything. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on right now.
Well, everything already remember anyway.
And it's really cool to think about like the upside, but when you start thinking about the downside, it completely takes away anything that was good. And you're like, oh my God, this is going to be a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think the people realize the effects of this 5G. And we'll talk about that a little later on in the show. I want to go ahead and you want to go ahead and start the calls? See what's going on?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to turn on the phone lines. I forgot to mute them at first. So I apologize for the interruption a minute ago, but
you have some sort of like alien gremlin in the back too. So
do what?
You have some sort of alien like breathing in the back. I don't know. It sounds like some gremlin.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
Well, it's there.
Well, it must be you. It must be.
No, it's not.
Like your car passing by.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna mute and see if you can still hear it.
It went away.
You ass. Okay, so I'm turning on the phones. All right, the phone number is in the description box. Here, I'll go ahead and just post it in the chat. It's area code 502-482-5171.
Yeah.
Call us. Give us some info. If you got any info on like 5G, if you've got any info on some tunnels going on, if you've just got any like weird, strange experiences happening, and don't be calling and trolling us with some false info. Just like last time, we had some really, really good calls in last time. That was awesome.
What do you think those booms are? Do you think they're setting off dynamite or some sort of thing underground, or what do you think those things are?
I didn't know. I didn't hear of any booms going on recently.
No, not recently, but what do you think the booms and those trumpets sounds are?
I think it has to do I can't really say because, on one hand, I think it could be biblical, maybe on the other hand, it could be.
It does say trumpets. I mean, it does sound like an awful lot like trumpets.
It does. It does.
I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make, trying to get all biblical, but it does sound like trumpets.
Did you hear in Virginia? It almost sounded like angels singing.
But you know what? Bluebeam also comes with an acoustic element. So I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
They could be mimicking the end to bring about what they want to bring about. Problem, reaction, solution. Bringing the end times before the end times to bring in the world government. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got the
guy
out here that supposedly has a pretty large YouTube channel. People like
supposedly, can't you just go and check?
Well, he's got a pretty large channel. Anyways, I'm just saying, he's saying martial law's most likely or possibly going to be implemented after the holidays because Trump wants total control. And correct me if I'm wrong. If martial law goes into effect, I thought it goes back to state laws, and the federal part of it is not under control anymore. Am I right?
To be honest with you, that minutia type stuff, I am not sure the wheels of control. When martial law is controlled, habeas corpus, 9 yards, I'm not sure what goes on as far as state and federal, where all the ducks are supposed to fall.
It's supposed to be for the people to control a tyrannical government.
That's what it's supposed to be for.
Right.
It's not what it's going to be used for. Or maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Why would you call martial law if there is no uprising or something?
Right.
I mean, that was my question. Like, what are you calling martial law for?
Well, didn't they implement martial law when Hurricane Katrina went down and they
but there was a freaking disaster. Like, what disaster are we missing here that everybody's getting prepared for? Am I missing out on something? Because everything seems to be working out towards a huge disaster scenario without the disaster. And what I think that is under the other president, under the World 2, the Earth 2, the Hillary Clinton timeline, we were supposed to be in some dark days now, or coming up to them. So I think there's two timelines playing out. The elite's timeline, which they had, and their timeline bleeds into what now is reality, and it's not their reality, but they're trying to shove it in that direction. I don't think that they could do whatever they were planning on doing with President Trump with the current administration. I may be wrong, though. I don't know. I don't know what they were planning on doing, but I know it was big.
It was?
Yeah. The next 9/11, it's gonna be to shut down America, and it was gonna be big. Like it's going to. I mean, if you look at the money,
you said was is in past tense. It was going to be big.
Listen, don't start down this whole Bill Clinton was thing.
I'm just saying, you think it's still going to happen, or it was going to?
I think it's going to happen after President Trump is out, because I don't think that they can get their hands on the infrastructure needed to creep around and set off their little plan.
Well, like I was talking about,
because look at 9/11. 9/11 happened as soon as they were in charge of the infrastructure, looking out for it, appointing their people, and then it happened. So they're able to coordinate shit. They're able to coordinate and not look into shit and not go down that road if it comes about and steer it in the right direction. This president is doing everything that they don't want. Look at him, he just pulled us out of a war. If you weren't on Trump's side before, how can you not be for Trump? He's pulling out of war. I mean, that's a pretty good thing.
Memories give me the strength I need to proceed, strength I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the six, shop for new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages they receive you on. Still can't believe you're gone. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you still living your life after death.
Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you ran away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you. Somebody tell me why. One glad morning when this life is over, I know I'll see.
I mean, we're talking about less than $500. The thing will be wrapped.
Yeah, you don't understand. I'm completely broke now. I'm completely broke. I survive from paycheck to paycheck. I'm barely capable to pay for my medications, my pain meds that I have to take because I'm in so much pain, and because my mortgage. So that's all I can do to survive.
Well, I'll pray for you here and please get these people out of your attic. Sounds like a nightmare. Out of your attic. Well, I'll pray for you here and please get these people out of your attic.
Mortgage. So that's all I can do to survive.
Well, I'll pray for you, dear, and please get these people out of your attic. Sounds like a nightmare.
Everybody pray for me. Maybe that'll happen.
Well, everybody, please let's all pray for what was your name? Liz? I'm sorry, Liz?
Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day, when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you. Every step I take, every move I
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus. This is in the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. I'm radioactive, radioactive. I'm radioactive, radioactive. Raise my flag, down my clothes. It's a revolution, I suppose. We're painted red to fit right in. Whoa. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus. This is in the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. I'm radioactive, radioactive. I'm radioactive, radioactive. All systems go. The sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Don't make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. I'm radioactive, radioactive. I'm radioactive, radioactive.
When you hand someone your logo sticker, you put your brand out into the world because stickers can
Damaged goods, I'm complicated. I sure do know how to tell a lie. Some people say I ain't worth saving. Sometimes I think they're right. It ain't no secret, I can say it. I get it wrong most of the time. But looking at you right now, baby, you're the one thing I got right. Cause someone else would've walked away. Someone else would've never stayed. Sure as hell someone else would've left me a long, long time ago. Oh, someone else would've called my bluff, saying I ain't even worth their love. No one else could've loved me like you do. Thank God my someone's you.
Should have stayed. Were the signs I ignored? Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can have but can't keep. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. The reminders pull the floor from your feet. In the kitchen, one more chair than you need. Oh, and you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. They say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? I do.
I called back. So the next day, same.
Maybe in another life I could find you there, pulled away before your time. I can't deal, it's so unfair, and it feels like heaven so far away. And it feels, yeah, it feels like the world has grown cold now that you've gone away. Leaving flowers on your grave show that I still care. Black roses and Hail Marys, I can't bring back what's taken from me. I reach to the sky and call out your name. Oh, please let me trade. I would. And it feels like heaven so far away. And it stings, yeah, it stings now. The world is so cold now that you've gone away. Gone away, gone away, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah.
shower cam for a. Hey.
Hi, Jeff, this is your mother. I was just calling to see how you were doing. You sounded really uptight last night, made me a little nervous. I just want to make sure you are really okay. And just want to see if you were checking in on your medication too. You know, I love you. See y'all. Bye-bye.
I have to block out thoughts of you so I don't lose my head. They're crawling like a cockroach, leaving babies in my bed, dropping little reels of tape to remind me that I'm alone, playing movies in my head that make a porno feel like home. There's a burning in my pride and a nervous bleeding in my brain. An ounce of peace is all I want for you. Will you never call again? And will you never say that you love me, just to put it in my face? And will you never try to reach me? It is I that want to say, hate me today, hate me tomorrow, hate me so you can finally see what's good for you. I'm sober now for 3 whole months. It's one accomplishment that you helped me with. The one thing that always tore us apart is the one thing I won't touch again. In my sick way, I want to thank you for holding my head up late at night. While I was busy waging wars on myself, you were trying to stop the fight. You never doubted my warped opinions on things like suicidal hate. You made me compliment myself when it was way too hard to take. So I'll drive so far away that I never cross your mind, and do whatever it takes in your heart to leave me behind. Hate me today, hate me tomorrow, hate me for all the things I didn't do for you. Hate me in ways, yeah, ways hard to swallow. Hate me so you can finally see what's good for you. And with a sad heart, I say bye to you and wave, kicking shadows on the street for every mistake that I had made. And like a baby boy, I never was alive, till I saw your blue eyes cry, and I held your face in my hand. And then I found out you ain't make it go away. Just make a smile come back to shine, just like it used to be. And she whispered, how can you do this to me? Hate me today, hate me tomorrow, hate me for all the things I didn't do for you. Hate me in ways, yeah, ways hard to swallow. Hate me so you can finally see what's good for you.
Now maybe did I mean to treat you bad, but I did it anyway. And then maybe some would say your life was sad, yeah, but you lived it anyway. And so maybe your friends will stand around you, watch you crumble as you fall to the ground. And then someday your friends will stand beside as you were flying. Oh, you were flying oh so high. But then someday people look at you and what they call their own. They watch you suffer. Yeah, here you're coming home. And then someday we can take our time to brush the leaves aside so you can reach us. Hey, but you left me far behind. Now, did I mean to treat you so bad? But I did it anyway. Nonsense, but some would say you left with what you had, but you couldn't tell the pain. Yeah, no. Couldn't share the pain of what she suffered. Now maybe could have made my own mistakes, but I live apart alone. And then maybe we might share in something great. Won't you look at where we've grown? Won't you look at where we've gone? And then someday comes tomorrow holds sense of what I feel for you in my mind. As you trip the final line, and that cold day when you lost control. Shame you left my life so soon. You should have told me, hey, but you left me far behind. Now did I mean to treat you so bad? Oh, but I did it anyway. Now some would say you left with what you had. Oh, but you couldn't tell the pain. No. Someone say you're left with what you had, but you couldn't tell the pain. No, send more time to change your friends. You come and watch you crumble to the ground. They watch you suffer. Yeah, they'll hold you down. Hold on down to the baby. Yeah, no more. Baby, ever didn't mean to treat you bad, but you left me far behind. Left me far behind. Left me far behind.
Hey boss, so I know you're looking to move your...
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me. And I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. Heroes often fail. You won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script into number two. A movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. I never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just...
And I really think, honestly, he was at the end of his line, and there's something going on with the military, because you know that he gave the military a shitload of money, and he wants to protect the country. He wants to protect the country. He knows that 10 times the wall amount is going to Israel every year.
James.
What?
We have a call from Seattle, Washington. Hey, you're on the air. What's going on? Hey. Okay. Do you have me on speakerphone? Do you have me on speaker?
Their timeline bleeds into the what now is reality, and it's not their reality, but they're trying to shove it in that direction. I don't think that they could do their whatever they were planning on doing with President Trump in, with the current administration. I may be wrong, though. I don't know. I don't know what they were planning on doing, but I know it was big.
It was?
Yeah. The next 9/11, it's gonna be to shut down America, and it was gonna be big. Like, it's going to, I mean, if you look at the money.
You said was as in past tense. It was going to be big?
Listen, don't start down this whole Bill Clinton was thing on me.
I'm just saying, you think it's still going to happen, or it was going to happen?
I think it's going to happen after President Trump is out, because I don't think that they can get their hands on the infrastructure needed to creep around and set off their little plan.
Well, like I was talking about,
because look at 9/11. 9/11 happened as soon as they were in charge of the infrastructure, looking out for it, appointing their people, and then it happened. So they're able to coordinate shit. They're able to coordinate and not look into shit and not go down that road if it comes about, and steer it in the right direction. This president is doing everything that they don't want. Look at how he just pulled us out of a war. If you weren't on Trump's side before, how can you not be for Trump? He's pulling out of war. I mean, that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah, it's something Obama could never get accomplished, and he had 8 years to do it. Just saying.
And I really think, honestly, he was at the end of his line, and there's something going on with the military, because you know that he gave the military a shitload of money, and he wants to protect the country. He wants to protect the country. He knows that 10 times the wall amount is going to Israel every year.
Okay. James.
What?
We have a call from Seattle, Washington. Hey, you're on the air. What's going on?
Times the wall amount is going to Israel every year.
Okay. James.
What? Times the wall amount is going to Israel every year.
Okay. James.
What?
We have a call from.
Okay. Lawrence Munder.
This is the reason why I said Trump. Okay, the thing with the border wall. Okay, you're seeing that, and now just don't put that into a wall category. Put that into a protection of the country category. So don't think of it as a wall. Think of it as protection for the country. So Trump is trying to get protection for the country, money for protection of the country. And it makes sense, because I feel that if we are in the Hillary Clinton timeline, we would be first of all, they wanted an economic they wanted a huge economic scene where they wanted the stock market to collapse, and they wanted to bring us into war. That means more troops over in the Middle East, because they're definitely hungry for that oil over in the Middle East and all the goodies. They have it all mapped out, planned out, binders, the whole 9 yards. So now Trump is trying to get money for security and by the way, he's only asking for $5 billion to secure our borders. That's like 10 times as less each year that we give to Israel. So we could build 10 walls for the money that we give to Israel. In fact, we built
say can't wait. I know you'd understand. Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kind of strange. Every time I'm near you, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand. Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Every time the time was right, all the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kind of late. I hope I didn't wake you, but there's something that I just gotta say. So you'd understand. Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song.
So hold on just a second. Okay.
You packed in the morning, I stared out the window and I struggled for
some rogue. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
without closing the door.
Hey, are we live?
Yeah, we're still live, man.
What are people saying? At least they saw this.
Oh yeah, they've seen every bit of it.
Were we live when the power went out?
Yeah, we've been live this whole time.
Oh my God. See, they saw it. They saw the real deal. Now, I don't know how, I mean...
I'm not scared. Alice Taylor said, "Case calls, are you alone? Call someone to come over if you are." Honey, I'm packed and loaded. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not... Okay, did I ever say I'm scared? What I'm saying is sometimes I internalize and say, oh, could this all be in my head, or blah, 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 blah. Or I get that comment and somebody's like, oh, no. Now they see it, and because somebody was saying, why don't you live stream? Why don't you open it up? Every time I open a channel, I've already opened up 2 channels, and they just stop me from live streaming. Now I'm on another channel. They stop me from live streaming. I don't know if it's just me or the subjects you cover or what, but it's real. It's very real.
Oh, most definitely. And just like kind of when you had that Mothman or that praying mantis outside your house when we were all in a hangout. I mean, we all seen that live, and that was no joke. You all can go back and watch his Mothman video. Just go to his videos, search Mothman. I was there. We were all in a private hangout when that was going on. I mean, he's not making this stuff up. I mean, and what just happened at his house with his power getting cut off, I don't believe in coincidences. This stuff happens to us all the time.
Remember when that shit happened with the praying mantis thing?
That's
Remember?
what I'm saying, dude.
Dabu was having the crazy thing. Remember the van outside the house?
The van outside his house. And that same time, my mom had the same vans outside of her house.
And then I got cut off on both my phone and Wi-Fi. Both phone and Wi-Fi. My cell phone and my Wi-Fi. I had to call Bernie on my landline. And then that's when it happened, when everything was down, and he said, get a picture, get a video of it, because I thought somebody was messing with me while they had the power off, like coming in and like messing with me, and then only later did I realize that it didn't look, I don't know what was going on there. I don't know, but you saw it. I can't wrap my mind around what it was. I don't know what it was. Whether it was some technology that they make me see something, or if it really was, some people say. All I know is it looked like a praying mantis girl with boobs. And see, that's what I'm saying. They want you to say this stuff so you sound crazy. It's just like, but at least you saw what just went on. I mean,
a praying mantis with boobs. Good one, James.
And you were on your mobile or your PC when that happened?
Both.
Okay.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Well, I was on. The reason why we were still live is because I was live on my mobile. If I was only live like I was on my PC, I would have been cut. But since I was live on both, and then the guy came in and he tried kicking me off, but it was the one that was on the desktop. Okay. So there is a you can watch it again. Can people see my screen? They couldn't see my screen, so what I was doing, they couldn't see all that stuff. But the guy, there was people that were popping in, and what they would do is they would pop in, pop out, and then they would get control of the control room and then kick you out. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's the thing. They never did try to kick me out, and it's crazy because now call is blocked for my live stream, which I'm gonna have to fix. So whenever we stop this, I'll have to have you help me go in there, because I looked under blocked contacts under Hangouts and he's not even listed, and that's where he would be listed, right under Hangouts.
No, I saw in the control room they made it to where they've taken away the option. This is beyond this is above my pay grade.
was being so close and having so much to say, and watching you walk away, and never knowing what could have been, and not seeing that love in you is what I was trying to do. It's hard to deal with the pain of losing you everywhere I go, but I'm doing it. It's hard to force that smile when I see our old friends and I'm alone. Still harder getting up, getting dressed, living with this regret. But I know if I could do it over, I would trade, give away all the words that I saved in my heart that I left unspoken. What hurts the most is being so close and having so much to say, and watching you walk away, and never knowing what could have been, and not seeing that love in you is what I was trying to do. What hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say, and watching you walk away, and never knowing what could have been, and not seeing that love in you is what I was trying to do. Not seeing that love in you, that's what I was trying to do.
Farewell, expensive fitness gear. I can't afford you.
Bury all your secrets in my skin. Come away with innocence and leave me with my sins. The air around me still feels like a cage. Love is just a camouflage.
One time I was trying to do a video and I ended up going to sleep and I woke up and it was still uploading, or still going to the YouTube thing, because the one on my computer also has a mainframe connected in with YouTube.
Right. How long was the
Yeah,
video?
it'll say you want to export to, and then you go to YouTube and all that, and then I noticed that my sound was being purposely like unsynced. Like it was if you just shift the sound a second,
Right.
it'll make it so. I mean, that's the kind of crafty stuff that I was seeing, and for some reason, I was like, do they have my IP address changed, or is it, and I always in the back of my mind, I'm like, is it me? And I think that this thing is rolling out, and I read this morning in the South China Morning Post, Stephen Chen, but he was talking about how in China they are shutting down certain systems because it is busting corrupt corrupt bureaucrats within the government. probably low level. But I mean, it does some pretty fantastic. Fantastic is. I mean, it is fantastic type of things that it's doing. But it'll look at your patterns.
You couldn't hate enough to love. Is that supposed to be enough? I only wish you weren't my friend. Then I could hurt you in the end. I never claimed to be a saint. Ooh, my own was vanished long ago. It took me down the boat to let you go.
Count, it'll automatically know, like it'll go into your family and people that you talk to, and it'll see abnormal, like if something was like said and they were talking about it, how basically if you had an abnormality within your banking and there was some sort of bill being passed, and the algorithm could figure it out and see that they were scamming or whatever. And China was like, oh well, they're trying not to crack down too hard because they obviously, it's their own regime that it's turning on. The people that enforce it. So they just shut it down.
It's amazing. Before too long, our names are going to be targeted to where, we're going to have to change our channel names or do something. I mean, it's getting to that.
Give every morning a fresh...
Mama, she has taught me well, told me when I was young, son, your life's an open book, don't close it before it's done. The brightest flame burns quickest, that's what I heard her say. The sun's hot so tomorrow, but I must find my way. Let my heart go. Let your sun go. On the let my heart go. Or let this heart be still. Still. Wild blood in my veins, apron strings around my neck, the mark that still remains. Little at an early age, what I heard was wrong. I never asked forgiveness, but what is said is done. Let my heart go.
your son. Spoken, help me be. Yeah, I took your love for granted. No thing you said to me. Yeah, I need your arms to welcome me. Don't I see? Let my heart go. Let your sun grow. Mama, let my heart go. Or let this heart be still. Let my heart go. Mama, let my heart go. You never let my heart go. So let this heart be still.
Type thing. And he showed me like, artillery and, everything has its pros and cons. But then there was just a whole bunch of TVs. And he's like, that's the best weapon of them all. Right there.
Yeah,
And
because back when they listened to the radios, they had to picture it in their own mind.
well,
And
they
when
had a
the
grip.
came
Well,
out,
there's something
they were
about
able-
radio that's awesome like that.
Right.
That makes you use your imagination.
Correct.
But also, yeah, they had control of all that, and they were the mouthpiece speaking into the heads of the of everybody, of all America. And now with the internet, you see this explosion and awakening in people's minds. And look at what they can do by creating a false Alex Jones on Showtime under Homeland. And I've seen this in my own life. This is really weird, but like people, I don't watch the show, but people in my family were like, oh, that's the Alex Jones that's on Homeland. And I go, I don't think Alex Jones is on Homeland. And they're like, yeah, they represent this guy, right? And people only know him from that show. And for some reason, people confuse fiction and reality, and they know that. And it's so deceptive what they're up to now. It's so scary, and it's scary what kind of control they have over it's dying down, thank the Lord above, but it's still very strong, especially if you already have somebody in the hemlock, if you already have them threaded with the hate of Trump or something like that. If they know that if you got hate, they could direct that hate. That's what the CIA does. They go into other countries, direct the hate of a populace against the leader, and do that. Speaking of that, what's your take on Venezuela?
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been in another realm of the internet lately. So as far as Venezuela, you're going to have to put me up to par because I have no idea.
Well, Trump is backing Guaido, and Maduro it looks like it's a regime change down there. And I was questioning, going like, well, it seems like the CIA wants Guaido in, and then I'm wondering why Trump is also saying that, but also the deep state is tied in with Maduro, so I'm not sure. But then when I saw CNN kind of, saying the same talking points, I was like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure. At this point, there's a lot of things that happen, and then after the fact, I see what was going on. But to be honest with you, I'm a little bit confused.
Well, if CNN is on the same talking points as you, it makes you want to go the complete opposite way.
But not just because I'm going on the opposite way. I'm not trying to be like, I know that the number one oil producer is Venezuela. I understand why. I understand China. As soon as there was a move with the oil, China, gives them that deal, basically. And then Russia, I was like, oh, this is not going to be good at all. This is going to be like a war. And I'm not claiming to know everything geopolitically, And, you know, there could be ties in with the deep state, with the Maduro regime.
Yeah. I don't mean to make you wait, just the pressure's been getting heavy. I know if I fuck us up, we'll be overdone. You'll forget me. I'm feeling bad that I act this way, cause you let me. They call me king, but I know my queen will be there to check me. Last year, was running around 45th, looking for Soho. Last night was riding down Rodeo, looking for NoHo. It's crazy what can change in a year. Think that you know they'll go back and forth like a yo-yo. They live their life for the photos, and see me, I'm acting solo, cause I'm afraid to commit. Now can you tell me how I'm different than him? And him, yeah. I know I'm always questioning things. Like, girl, would you say that love cannot be found inside a vow or a ring? She laughs and says, only material things. Those are material things. Imagine buying all my trust with a ring. Imagine spending all my love on a fling. Got a thing for you. If I had the talent you had, I probably would sing for you like.
Out of my head, out of my mind, oh why? If you let me, I'll be out my dress and into your arms tonight. Yeah, I'm lost without it. Feels like I'm always waiting. I need you to come get me out of my head and into your arms tonight.
Yeah. I don't mean to make you wait or to contemplate about us. I actually love to lie, guess it's why it's harder to trust. I've been searching to find myself and I get too lost in the lust. I heard once that you could try but can't fill from an empty cup, that's no lie. And all I ever say is how I need time. If it was up to you now, you would be mine. I'm on a roll more than I'm home, and still I find it's only you on my mind. The last three were Gemini. I think that shit is a sign, it's funny. You care about time with your money, and you love going to the beach, whether it's cloudy or sunny. And you love drinking all your wine until it hurts in your tummy. You call me honey, I'm tipsy, and really all I want is for you to love me. Flashbacks of back roads, driving back to my side of state. I know I need to tell you I care before it's too late. Before someone steps to the plate. Before you decide not to wait. Before you decide not to chase. Till you call me up just to say
I'm out of my head, out of my mind, oh why? If you let me, I'll be out of my dress and into your arms tonight. I'll be lost without it. Feels like I'm always waiting. I need you to come get me out of my head and into your arms tonight.
Yo, do you know? I've seen it all before. This goes Tiger, just as sharp for the bend the knee. My main man money, they ain't nothing I ain't seen.
Okay, old school. Have you seen someone ball like John Morant?
Last fire will rise behind those eyes. Black house will rock. Blind boys don't lie. Immortal fear. That voice so clear through broken walls. That scream I hear. Cry, little sister. Come to your brother. Chinese sister. Love is with your brother. Blue masquerade, strangers look on. When will they learn just loneliness. Temptation beats like a drum deep in your veins. I will not lie, little sister. Come to your brother. I'm Jamie's sister. Love is with your brother. My Shangri-La, I can't forget why you were mine. I need you now. Little sister. Come to your brother. I'm Jamie's sister. Love is with your brother. Cry, little sister. Come to your brother. Jamie's sister. Love is with your brother. Cry, sister.
You have a wanna get away.
Come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill him, he's a hero. Get it to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I want to be, only way I've been practicing my whole life to live my life is to be responsible for what I do. I don't know how to be responsible for what every black male did. I don't know. Yes, I am going to say that I'm a thug. That's because I came from the gutter and I'm still here.
I see no changes. All I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under. I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. It's both black and white. It's both tonight. And the only time we feel is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret or concealed the fact the penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but you're staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's the mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way. I made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way. Selling back to the kid. I gotta get paid. Well, hey, well, that's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
You gotta make a change.
Rap star and actor Tupac
Shakur was writing in his black. The 25-year-old rapper had long
is also charged with
Hundreds of states outside of nations as well as schools and pay their respects to the slain rapper.
not guilty.
To survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do. But now back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool. My mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back. Cause I always got to worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back. Coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You're my brother, you're my sister. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Something will never change.
Win at work.
Gonna stand there and watch me burn. Well, that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. Well, that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I still fight. Well, I can fight as long as the wrong feels right. It's like I'm in flight, high off of love, drunk from my hate. It's like I'm huffing pain. I love her the more I suffer. I suffocate right before I'm about to drown. She resuscitates me. She fucking hates me, and I love it. Wait, where you going? I'm leaving you. No, you ain't come back. We're running right back. Here we go again. It's so insane, cause when it's going good, it's going great. I'm Superman with the wind in his back. She's Lois Lane, but when it's bad, it's awful. I feel so ashamed. I snap. Who's that dude? I don't even know his name. I laid hands on him. I never stoop so low again. I guess I don't know my own strength.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
You ever love somebody so much you can barely breathe when you're with them? You meet, and neither one of you even know it hit them. Got that warm fuzzy feeling, get them chills, used to get them. Now you're getting fucking sick of looking at them. You swore you'd never hit them, never do nothing to hurt them. Now you're in each other's face, spewing venom in your words when you spit them. You push, pull each other's hair, scratch, claw, pit them, throw them down, pin them. So lost in the moments when you're in them, it's the race that the culprit controls your boat. So they say it best to go out the window. Guess that's why they call it window pane.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright, because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Now I know we said things, did things that we didn't mean, and we fall back into the same patterns, same routine, but your temper's just as bad as mine is. You're the same as me when it comes to love, you're just as blinded. Baby, please come back. It wasn't you, baby, it was me. Maybe our relationship isn't as crazy as it seems. Maybe that's what happens when a tornado meets a volcano. All I know is I love you too much to walk away though. Come inside, pick up your bags off the sidewalk. Don't you hear sincerity in my voice when I talk? Told you this is my fault. Look me in the eyeball. Next time I'm pissed, I'll aim my fist at the drywall. Next time, there will be no next time. I apologize, even though I know it's lies. I'm tired of the games, I just want to bet. I know I'm alive. If she ever tries to fucking leave again, I'ma tie her to the bed and set this house on fire. I'm
just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright, because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. I'm so lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. I'm so lonely.
Yo, this one here goes out to all my players out there, man. You know, that got that one good girl, dog, that's always been there, man. Like,
I'm sorry, I'm
took
tired
all
of
the
names.
bullshit,
What your name?
and then one day she can't take it no more and decided to leave.
You're on the line, which is
all over the world.
all right.
That's called scared.
You know,
That would be the point, is labeling me crazy, talking about chips and all this and stuff.
Bad, but then the other answer, James is
Ever since my girl left me,
I know people are saying it's targeted, but I don't know. If this lady goes to treatment, and I would feel very foolish to be like, I was targeted, But again, I don't want to downplay this. Like, this is a crazy lady, and coming into my house and getting all my stuff and putting stuff in my my drinks and things like this. That's a serious situation. But then jumping from that, whatever, I mean, that is horrible. But jumping to sanctioned, ops, I need, like I said, it's hard pill for me to swallow. I don't know. Maybe it's me in denial. I'm not sure. It's just so beyond everything that is in my mind. It's oh my God.
Well, James, the stuff that we talk about, as much as we can talk about it, we are censored quite a bit. But the stuff that we do talk about, the truth that we try to get out there, they're going to try to stop us in any way, shape, or form that they can, whether it be to make you look crazy, or whether it be to put you in denial, or whether it be to scare you from leaving. They're going to put people in your way to prevent you from trying to leave. But as God is our witness, and with our faith, we have to keep that in mind. If we have the full armor of God on us, no weapon shall prosper against us. Prosper against us. So, like he was saying, yeah, I think you're in denial personally, but I don't think you're crazy. I've told everybody that, but there are people that are beginning
Whoa,
to
see that wasn't mentioned, and that there has been an awful lot of that. That's something that throws up the red flag.
Right.
He's not crazy. Wait, who mentioned anything about crazy? I work my ass off. I'm doing my own thing. Where did the crazy thing? That's something that puts me right up there. Red flags right away.
Right.
Red flags right away. I'm definitely not crazy. I know that, and no crazy person can do.
James,
no.
Yo, I mean, we've streamed with you for a long time, bro, and I've witnessed a lot of really weird stuff that I haven't seen with anybody else, and I can definitely say that I could consider you a target individual, definitely miles ahead of anybody else I've ever talked to, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not something I want to be like on, number one for. Damn it.
I'm not saying that's something to be proud of. I'm just saying that's an observation.
Right. You cannot help it what's happening to you. What I'm saying is I'm in defense mode as your friend and basically your sister, trying to explain to you that I'm having to tell people this. I didn't say that. I'm telling people that I'm defending you. And
no, but this is what I want to say. There has been, and I pay attention to my channel, there has been an overwhelming something that has came on recently, and it's like it's almost as if it's like trying to put in my subscribers this notion, and anybody that's been listening to me, that's never gone on. So what is that? I mean, and that doesn't mean it's government. Hold on, that does not mean it's government sanctioned. It could be a network of tweaky drug addict weirdos that just is messing with. It doesn't mean it's government sanctioned. I need way more information because there's government people that are helping me right now. So I'm not
money in the but who's got the money and the motive to hire people like that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they do that for no reason other than to just simply harass you? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
You have to look at the whole picture, James.
I am. I'm just. Maybe I'm in denial.
Regardless, you know what to do now. I mean,
because the primary people that are being targeted are people that come out of the military. Okay, that's the number one hit list right there. I just said the number one hit list. People that, when you go in the military and you come out, you're on the targeted individual list, and it's anywhere from a level 3 all the way up to a level 6. And it can be really bad some days, and really, where you can't even tell that it's going on. So it kind of just comes and goes from there. That's one thing I found, because there's some folks that actually were in the military that I know out of this 19, and now they're gone. Thank God they got out of here, because their lives were a living hell.
And you're saying get out of Texas? They got out of Texas. They didn't come to Texas. I mean, I'm hearing stories, and it's like, oh God, this is, it's like, ugh.
Now they're going to parts of Florida and Virginia to where the tower is down, to where the electronical harassment cannot, they cannot get to you as bad because those main towers are down there.
Electronics aside, like I said, man, from the beginning, get the hell out of California because they're going to burn that place to the ground.
Feels like it. I mean, I honestly get that feeling, whether it's literal or figuratively.
No, yeah, I'm saying literal.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt you. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes, and they call it a fire, but they leave out from the sky. They leave out from the sky, though. It wasn't just some natural fire. That thing was not natural. It was blown in. Whatever type of weapon they developed, that was in action. It was not a fire like I've ever seen. That thing was not a fire like I've ever seen.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me call in. I appreciate it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go back and listen to you guys talk on the rest of the show.
All right. Thank you for your call. Very informative. Thank you. I appreciate all this information I'm getting tonight. I really do.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, well, I hope you take a word of advice. Yeah, I think you need to move. Get out of California. Get out of there. Don't tell anybody where you're going. Go on the defense. Change your physical name. Don't change your YouTube channel unless you really want to. Maybe change one word or something. You know, if I was you, that's what I would do. Number one, I'd move. Number two, change my name. Stay with the YouTube thing, you know, and just be careful what you say on YouTube and where you are. Don't display that information to no one.
Hey, David.
That's what I would do. And then, yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Are you on the
Yeah,
channel
what's up?
now watching?
No, I turned my phone down because, you know, when people call in on Marfugel, I didn't want to have a double echo going on.
Right. Well, just do me a favor and get in the chat just so I can see your screen name and post that link to that website for me and then that YouTube channel.
Which link and YouTube channel? Which one are you talking about?
Well, I got Twisted Truth up and then the other one that you said. I think you said there were two different YouTube channels, right?
No. His channel was named the Nibiru channel originally, and now he changed it over to the Twisted Truth.
Okay. So I've got that up. All right, cool. And then you said that there was a certain website that you wanted us to look up. I think I've got that up as well. Did you say it was Truth Finder?
Oh yeah, the Truth Finder. Yeah, but that's to look yourself up because, like I said, I got a buddy of mine that looked himself up, and it actually had listed on there that he'd been to jail, and he's never done anything in his life.
Oh, really? Really? Okay.
Yeah, so
is that a paying website?
Yeah.
Or is it free?
It's free, but yeah, they do have the free version, and they have both. And I went to both of them. I didn't pay for anything, but you know, like I said, it said that I was being watched because of, you know, like I said earlier, you know. And
but the free one does say that you're being watched, so anybody can go on there and check their own self out.
Yeah,
Okay.
It'll let you know if you're being watched by who and what agent. On how to do. I mean, I said just I know what 2 years and 9 months.
Wall. We built their wall. So he's trying to get us protection for our country, and they don't want protection for our country. They want to ruin our country. And then also you have at the very top the Federal Reserve, who is in charge of the money. So it really doesn't even matter because they're in charge of our money. And so now you have this big thing going on between Trump and the Federal Reserve. So yes, I see at one level how you're saying it's a family feud, but on another, it's an ideological way of looking at the world when you strip away all the stuff. And yes, these people are powerful. I mean, obviously we're seeing a power struggle, but really I see Trump as the way that we don't get sold down the river. See, the reason why we're hurting is because they already started laying the infrastructure for us to get sold out to China. So right now we have to rip up that infrastructure, the infrastructure to sell us out, basically the road we created to drive all of our productivity the hell off of our state lines, out of our whole country, and we're breaking that road down and we're building another one, and that's what's going on right now. And
what a wonderful hesitation. Who would dare to feel sorry for me? Talk another pill just to calm me. Collapsed to my knees and fell fast into sleep. And there was drifting way out into the sunshine, expecting to catch me down, tied to hold string. Look,
I was only going live if he was going to show up.
Still live. Take the private chat real quick. I'll put my number there.
I'm simply counting sad days. 1, 2, 3, that's too many for me. Got another pill just to find me. Reach for my hand, but it was already there. They'll stop believing that parallels of a tiny ranger that lost its way when it decided to roam. Chasing me was a hungry dweller, but I had escaped if they pretended to die. Hello.
Hello?
We're still live, so if you want me to end it, I can, or we can just talk live. I mean,
No,
however
maybe
you
we
want
could.
to.
I think it's a good idea. Maybe if we do, if if he wants to show up or whatever. But I think the stream is so beautiful that it would be a shame, um, with animosity, like whatever horrible feelings is involved
Well,
or ego and all
yeah,
that stuff.
you
So
know
I'd
what?
rather leave that out of the show.
Okay, Larry, if you want to go ahead and grab that link, what I can do is just finish the song out, and then you can join, and then I'll just end the stream, and that way we won't be live whenever we speak. And then that way, just mute your mic, Sherelle. I'll finish out the song. I'll play a little bit of under, and then we'll end it. And if you just stay right there, you'll still be here, but it'll be ended. It'll be private. Okay.
That's probably better.
All right. Go ahead and mute your mic, honey, or I can mute it for you. There we go. I went ahead and muted your mic. I'm going to finish the song out, play a little bit of Munder's voice, and then I'm going to end this. Larry, if you want to go ahead and grab the link, or Hayes. And that way we can talk behind the scenes. It will not be recorded. You have my word. Mundo trusted me. There's a reason for that. Okay. Let's finish out this song. This is one of my very favorite songs. So it means a lot.
That's just the way it counts sad days. 1, 2, 3, that's many for me. Drop another pill just to find me. Reach for my hand, but it was already there. They'll stop believing that parallels of a tiny ranger that lost its way when it decided to roam. Chasing me was a hungry dweller, but I had escaped if I pretended to die. Come follow me, you won't expect the illusion you'll see. It's my imagination. Hand me your eyes, I will put them in front of the night. You see little better, you see little better. What a wonderful destination. Where I am now, I can no longer see. Drop another pill just to kill me. Collapsed to my knees and fell fast into sleep.
Mr. Hayes, how are you doing? I can't hear you. You might need to, I don't have you muted, but you might have to go into the settings and just fix your mics, like your audio settings. Hit the little thing at the top of your picture there, hit settings, and just make sure it's under communications for your mic. Just allow your mic. And if you need me to repost that link, I can. Sometimes StreamYard is a little bit weird. Terrell, there you go. Okay, testing. I can hear you.
I'd rather you keep the stream going. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just Sherelle does want to talk privately afterwards, so
So
I'm
then,
gonna go ahead and
I'll
add
call
her
her
back.
afterwards. I'll call her
That's
afterwards.
fine. That's
Just
fine.
a lot happened today
Yeah.
at the house. Marcy came to
Okay.
the house, tried to have his father kicked out. They came with guys.
Okay.
It got hectic.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Okay.
streamed the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Good. Keep that up because you're gonna need that.
Yeah.
And you know what? By streaming the whole thing, James would want that. Just saying, he
Yeah.
would want that streamed. So I can understand you streaming certain things, and just so it's on record because he would want that. And I don't know if you know this. And what can I call you? Because I don't know if you want to be called Hayes, Larry, or what.
You call me Hayes.
Okay, Hayes. All right. I'm Kay. Some people call me Smalls, but most people call me Kay. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
As far as you being at the house, I did, and I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you. As far as you being there so quick, it was very, very questionable, not just to me, but to other people that followed James, knowing what he went through over the years. He's been very, very highly targeted. I don't know if you know everything, but I know quite a bit.
But that's just weird to me because if you really think you know James Munda, then you should know me because I'm the one that got him back on YouTube. I bought a computer with my name, with my email address, with my IP address, Apple address, and I gave it to James. That's why he was back on YouTube.
Well,
So
here's the thing. Once he
where was
came
that?
back on YouTube, he modded me, but I had lost touch with him. Sherelle knows me. Sherelle knows that
Yeah.
there's been many,
So
for
Sherelle,
almost 10
how come
years.
you don't tell her about me, Sherelle? How come she's questioning why
Listen,
I'm here?
nobody's not kept you a secret. You're very much in the picture.
So why is she saying it was questionable when I came here when his mother died? Where I was there the next, not even 12 hours later, I was there.
Because she knows James as far as I've known James, and I understand where she's coming from.
If you understand where she's coming from, then you
And
know
she
that
knows when you came in the picture and how you came in the picture and how James's other YouTube channel was closed off and he was not allowed on that YouTube and it was under your email address.
Exactly. So how can you question when his mother died? I was there in minutes. Drove to LA, broke into the house, paid for everything, re-put the door up. Who does these things? Who does? Only a loyal friend
You
does things.
did that.
So why am I being
You done
questioned?
okay, nobody's not questioning your honorability as far as that is concerned.
So why people think it's weird?
That's not even the question.
Sherelle,
I'm not even, I'm just saying people are very concerned about James's father right now. That is the question.
And why am I here?
Well, you
You know I had a flight.
you made mhm.
I had a flight that leaves at 12 o'clock tonight. You know why I'm not on it? I
Because
have
you're
a
gonna stay
lawyer
and
meeting.
claim James's body with
No, because
James's father.
Gino told me I can't
Can
leave.
I just say something real quick? All right, for both of you all. Not that I'm anybody special, but nobody really needs to claim his body for the simple fact is I've already talked to the coroner. They have him in his system, his full name, first, middle, last. So
Yep.
as far as claiming his body, it does not need to be claimed. You can do that
Nope.
upon your respect and your wishes. I promised James a long time ago, along with who joined the stream here as Maps Bolt. Maps Bolt is a very dear friend of mine. We've also lost touch, but we both know Munder.
Yeah, thanks for announcing me. I'm on a train, so sorry about the background noise. I also just literally found out because of this stream. I just got off of work, and yeah, definitely heartbroken, but I'm I'm super fortunate to have known him and to have been just included in the research revolution. That was my first taste in podcasting or really having an online community. And I you, K Smalls, Bernie Trump, all those people that were in that group, Lone Star. I mean, that was mad years ago, but I think like all of us needed each other in that moment, and James was the person who brought us all together ultimately. And yeah, I just like appreciate him being an anchor for community and bringing people together. And yeah, so just anybody who has been part of his life and now and before, like I know that we're all just really shocked, and it's super sudden, and it's a devastating loss for us, like as friends, and for his family, obviously. But yeah, you know, like. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said we were his family.
Yep.
Yeah, we were absolutely. You're absolutely right, and like we did rely on each other in very deep ways then and now, and yeah, I'm definitely feeling the ripple effects now, and it just so happens that I was talking to somebody about starting like a research revolution type podcast with somebody else, but I was telling them literally I spent 2 hours telling them about James and all of that, and they said, "Oh my God, that sounds amazing." So just to like see this later today is kind of shocking to me, because it is almost like he was whispering in my ear. He's like, "Yo, you gotta get that podcast back online."
Well, it's weird that you jump up here and Maps, because I was telling my daughter and my son about you the other day. So it's just good for you to reconnect, and it's good for you to be here with us. I've got Hayes here, which is Lupo Larry, and then Sherelle, who dated James, is really, really close to James. And we're just talking about, like, you know, there are certain speculations about, you know, of course, finances. You know how James didn't trust many people. You know that. And, you know, not only is this like kind of a memorial stream for James, but you know, if there's needs to be anything that needs to be cleared up, I think I've got a big enough audience to where that can be done. And I promised James, and I'm not sure if you did or not. I'm sure you probably did, but I promised him I'd always take care of him.
That's why it hurts so much, because we all tried to help him and he wouldn't take our help.
God, this hurts so bad.
Yeah, he was definitely a very independent person, and yeah, he wasn't super excited to take help a lot of times, which I wish he did. But I also know that like he was just very aware of like the fire and spirit.
Well,
Just like,
rest
yo,
assured, we
it's
all
done.
know.
Or it's like no matter what, like.
Well, no matter the level and length of his stubbornness, right? Deep down, we know he loved Jesus Christ, and we know that he had a huge heart.
I'm glad you said that. I want to speak a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I think right now is the best time for everybody to realize that you never know when you're going to die. So if you're not living for Christ, where are you going? You could be the nicest person in the world, but if you didn't surrender your life and walk in Jesus Christ's footsteps and repent and follow the 10 Commandments, you can't expect to go to heaven. And that's what hurts, because I'm trying my hardest to go to heaven, and I'm not going to see my friend because the lifestyle he was living does not bring you to heaven. You can't be getting high. Okay. You can't be having sex with women that you're not married to. You can't get high. You can't keep lying to people and think you're going to heaven. So now I'm never going to see my friend again in my life. I'm never going to see him when I go to heaven.
No, I know he's in heaven, Hayes, okay? Now listen, Jesus wouldn't have had to die on that cross if we were all perfect, if we never sinned.
You know how many lives James touched?
If you read the Bible,
He has touched and changed so many lives.
So when it says stay of clear mind and soberness,
right.
That means don't smoke weed, don't drink. When it says in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery, that's having sex with women you're not married to.
Okay,
It says thou shalt not lie. You know, I'm just listen. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is, if anybody could get this message and turn their life around and give it to Jesus Christ, that's all I'm asking. That's all
I'm
I'm
not
asking.
saying I'm not saying that those people that continue to sin, okay, are going to go straight to hell, because with Christ, salvation is eternal. You want to know something? There's certain levels in heaven. Heaven is a complete, like, a mansion with different, like, levels, different floors. Okay. We will all go to heaven as long as we accept Christ. We just may not be on that same floor. Just
Yeah.
because he still sinned, just because he was not of sober mind, does not mean he's going straight to hell because he accepted Jesus Christ as his Savior. That saved him from eternal
On your
damnation.
day of
I
judgment,
agree.
on your
I
day of
know that.
judgment, you stand before Jesus Christ,
Yes, sir.
and he
Yes,
said,
sir.
"The only can I talk? You
Yeah.
stand
His
before
good deeds
Jesus
outweighed his
Christ.
bad. He
You
was only
stand.
hurting himself.
You stand before
He didn't
Jesus
hurt
Christ,
anybody else.
and he judges you, and he will say, 'Get from about me, I don't know you,' and cast you into the lake of fire
That's
if
not
you are not
true.
living."
That's not true. Okay. Let me just explain something to you as far as Christ goes, okay?
Okay, you tell
All
me
right.
something.
So, say you're walking along the street, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you find $100 bill, and the person in front of you dropped that $100 bill, and you know that. Say you kept it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And uh, then you ask, say you felt remorse for it, right? For
Yeah.
keeping that $100 bill. You
Yes.
ask God for forgiveness,
Yes.
repentance, you know, the whole shebang. You think
Mm-hmm.
God's going to forgive you for not returning that, or yes, He's
No,
going to forgive
he's
that?
going to forgive you, but you
Okay.
can't live in. No, hear me out. You asked
No,
me a
I know
question.
we
You
can't
you
continue to live
can't
in sin and
hear me out.
expect that.
Hear me out.
I
You asked the
realize that.
question. You asked the question. Respect my response.
Yes.
You could do that, but if you do it every day, then you're
Right.
living in that sin. You're not forgiving. You're not repenting. You're not remorseful. If you keep every day, you go outside, you find $100 bill, you pick it up, put it in your pocket, know it's someone else's, know who it is, and then you go home and say, "Jesus, God, forgive me. I shouldn't have done it." And then you go out tomorrow and do it again, and you say, "Oh, Jesus, forgive me." And then you go out the next day and do it again. That's not. You can't do that.
That's not repentance. I agree. I agree. If you
Okay.
continue
So
to do it, do it, do it. Right.
why do we have the Ten Commandments for? You can't break the Ten Commandments all day and night and think that, oh, just because I believe in
When
Jesus.
Jesus died on the cross, He fulfilled those commandments.
Yes,
Do you know what the
yes.
definition of fulfilled
Do
is?
you know? Do you know? Before Jesus came, we were all damned to hell. You know that, right?
Right.
Because we were
I
all
get that.
sinners.
Yes.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me ask you a question. Do you know
So
what your birthday? Wait. Do you know what your birthday means? Your birth date. You know what that means?
That's the day
the
I was
year,
born innocent.
No, that's not. That's
the
the
breath,
day. That's how many
the first breath.
days you were born apart from Jesus. The day he was crucified. BC is before Christ. AD is
Right.
after Christ. Your
Correct.
birthday goes from the day of after Christ. Okay, so you can't say that you're not supposed to live for him. I could do a sin and repent. Yes, but you can't live in sin. Living in sin is repenting for something and doing it tomorrow. Repenting for
That's
it and
beautiful.
doing it. That's living in sin. That's what I
Okay.
learned.
Right.
Okay.
I agree with you. However, here's the thing. When it says eternal salvation within Jesus Christ, what does that mean?
Eternal salvation, that you're saved.
Okay. What does saved mean?
Saved means that you lay down your life
By
for
the blood.
Jesus. You no longer live in your own skin. You no longer live for yourself. You walk for Jesus. That's what it means.
Okay. But we are all sinners. If we if we all
100%.
were to not sin daily, okay, our skin, our flesh is a filthy rags. That's what causes us to sin. Our skin, our flesh, not our soul. Okay. It's like a two system paradigm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's our
Let's just
skin,
say,
Do
it's our flesh.
you want to believe that? Listen, we're all entitled to our own beliefs.
Our soul
But
is completely different.
I was
That
told
is
you do
true.
not manipulate the Bible in any way. You can't
oh, I'm
justify
not.
things.
It states that. Look at
The
that.
flesh
Eternal
is
salvation within
let's see.
Christ. It says in the Bible that our skin
The
and our
flesh
flesh
is
is a
greed,
filthy
ego,
rags.
it's jealousy, it's
Yeah.
ugly, it's hatred, it's nastiness, it's arguing, it's all that.
If we
The
didn't have
soul
our
is not like
sin,
that.
if we
Also, the
didn't,
Bible is the most manipulated document that's ever been in
right,
existence. So, like, let's be
because
real
it's
right
not in
now.
order.
Like, come on.
It's not in its complete order, right? Right? It's not in its complete order.
100%. And it's from the hands of men, right? Let's be real. These are from the hands of men. I'm not following the rules of the hands of
And you
men.
know
Go
what?
fuck that shit. Fuck that
I
shit.
will share
I'm
with
not.
you all right now. That's why I'm being targeted, because I was led by God to contact a scientist, to contact the scrolls at Mount Vesuvius, which in my whole heart, I believe, contains the full, complete Bible. That's why I'm being targeted right now, because
So let
I
me ask
told
you a
a
question.
scientist how he could read the scrolls, okay?
Let me ask you a question. What are you
Mhm.
scared of if you know you have Jesus in you and you know where you're going? What are you scared of?
I'm not scared of nothing. The
So
Bible
then
says
you would
fear
just.
no man.
She's not scared of nothing. She's not. I
Nope.
hate that she's been through so much.
It's just so funny how all these people claim that they're Christians and they're saved and all this, but they have fear in their heart.
I
God
have
did
no
not.
fear.
God did not give us fear.
I don't
Right.
think she
The
said
only one
anything
I
about
fear
fear.
is God. The
But
only one
I
I
want
fear
to
is
No,
know,
I'm
I want to
talking
get
about.
back on the subject about the whole thing, like why you are so angry with me too.
I'm not angry with you, Sherelle, but you have to understand. You're calling his
Hmm.
dad. His dad doesn't want to talk to nobody. Everybody that
Listen,
calls
his
him,
dad never had not one problem talking to me until you got there.
Sherelle, he doesn't want to talk to no one. Tiffany's calling. You're calling.
Yeah, because you're in his head. You won't let him talk. But when I tried to talk to him, you talked for him.
Yo, Sherelle, on my daughter, let her
What?
die right now if I'm lying. On my daughter. He said he didn't want
I'm
to talk to you.
listening.
He didn't want to talk to you.
Why doesn't he want to talk to me though? Because he's
Because he
going
doesn't
through a
want to talk
lot,
to no
probably.
one. He doesn't.
All I want to do is say good morning to him.
Okay.
All I want to say is,
Sherelle,
how is
yo,
everything
Sherelle,
going?
you see,
And then
it's all
now
about
you're the only
Sherelle.
one that can talk to him.
No, how about Avery's here, Aaron's here, Veronica's here, and he's having a
Okay, good.
wonderful time with them. He's having a wonderful time with them.
Okay,
Okay.
Avery's there. That's good.
Do you
Everybody's
know?
there. You're there.
Do you know what happened
Okay,
today?
Sherelle, can I say
Do you know what
something
happened
real
today?
quick, Gus? Go ahead.
Yo, someone swatted the house today.
Oh, good Lord.
They swatted the house saying, go see if James's mother's father's okay, because that guy that's in the house is trying to steal everything. Okay?
You told
And
me
then-
that already.
And then Marcy shows up trying to come in the house, and she's with some girl, 2 dudes, a dog. Like,
Who's
you don't know
Marcy?
what
Can
was,
I ask, please?
you don't know what was going on today, and you want to call and ask how we're doing. You see what
That
I'm
was
saying?
earlier this morning before any of this drama started.
Sherelle, it's been going on since we woke up. We were on the phone with coroners. We're on the phone with CHP. And then all of a sudden, the cops are swatting the house. And then all of a sudden, Marcy's
Oh
here.
my God.
And the guy's grieving, and everybody that talks to him,
Right.
everyone, listen to me. Everyone that talks to him goes in and does the worst thing they could do. Oh, did you see the video on YouTube? Oh, his father doesn't want to think of it, and they're making him think of it.
Nobody wants to see no video on YouTube. I'm calling to check in and see if he's okay.
Sherelle, there you go again, thinking it's all about you. I didn't say you. I said people.
I'm actually wondering about him, not me. It has nothing to do about me.
Great. You know what, Sherelle?
Can I tell you why,
no,
Hayes,
wait.
why people questioned it?
Sherelle, just so you feel good, just so you could feel good
No,
about yourself. Tomorrow
it's not
morning,
good about myself. I'm not an egomaniac. I'm not an egomaniac.
Can I talk?
It's not even about that.
Bro, dude, I don't know you, but I know
I can
James
get
for
East
mad
Coast
long,
too.
and you sound hella sus about gatekeeping his parents and all of this. I don't know anything about this, but you sound hella suspect right now.
Okay,
I'm
I'm glad
sorry.
you said
Like,
that.
you
I'm
sound
glad you
hella
said that.
sus.
So why don't we ask all the people in the chat that know me? Why don't we ask them what they think of me? Chat, what do you? Scissors, running with scissors.
It's just your energy. It doesn't even matter. The energy you're bringing, bro, everything you're saying, this whole, like, way of putting other people down. This man just died. None of this has anything to do with you. Why are you at his parents' house? What are you doing right
because
now?
I was there. I was there when
Bruh,
his mother died. I was there. Where were
dude.
you? When his mother died, did you
Dude,
go to Vegas
I'm
and
so,
drive with him? Did you break down the door? And
I'm sorry, but we are his family, okay? Like, we've been there from the beginning.
I didn't say
I don't know where you
I
came from, and I'm not here to argue with you.
I've never said a word to any of these people about you, Hayes. I've never even spoken a word about you. I've never said nothing negative to any of these people.
You could say whatever you want about me, because you know what? The only
Ever. I would never do that to you,
Sherelle, I don't
first of
care.
all. You can go ahead and trash me all you want. Everybody
Sherelle, I don't
knows who I
trash you.
am, and they all
I
love
don't
me.
trash you, Sherelle. I don't trash you. And like I was
That's
saying
not what I
before,
hear, but that's okay. I don't care.
Joe, so then tell me.
My
if
soul
you
is
hear something,
clean
come
as
to
far as
me,
that's
because
concerned.
I thought we were friends. So you should be able to come to me about anything.
Well, then why am I getting calls by Angel Miss saying that you do not want me to call, and you're saying that Gino does not want to speak to me anymore, and you're telling Angel
Because
Miss
that was
that
the
Gino
truth. That was the
doesn't
truth.
want to speak to me
He didn't.
anymore.
Sherelle,
You know,
he didn't
me and Gino have a relationship. He loves me.
I didn't say he didn't, but I
Does that
tell you
bother
right
you?
now, on my life, he didn't want to talk to no one today. No one.
Hayes, can I tell you
And that's
why people?
understandable.
So why are you mad at me for?
Hayes, can I tell
Because
you why people question you? Real quick.
I don't care, but I'm asking Sherelle. So why are you mad if you can't respect his father?
I'm
Didn't want
not
to talk to no
mad,
one?
honey. I'm not
So-
mad
so-
like you. I don't get mad. I'm not letting my emotions get all attacked and stuff like that. It's not happening. James is like, seriously, he would hate that. He would hate if I would be all angry and upset like you are right now. That's not what he would want
Yo, I agree with you,
at
Sherelle.
all.
Sherelle, but put yourself in my shoes. Who jumped
I
on a
am
plane,
so
spent
like me and James are
his
like
money?
twins.
Who jumped on a plane with his own money, flew out here, is getting death threats?
Guess what? I have a full-time job where I have to pay all my bills by myself and I can't just jump on a plane. I'm sorry. And that doesn't make you a best friend because you can just jump on any plane whenever you want because you don't have a job, a full-time job. So
No,
don't
you're
sit there
right.
and
You're right.
cut me down.
You're,
Don't
I
cut
didn't
me
put you
down
down.
because I would be right there with you, Hayes.
Okay, but Sherelle, I didn't blame you for nothing. Why are you mad at me?
That doesn't make you any better than anybody. Not
I didn't say I
one
was better
friend,
than
not one
anyone.
follower, not everybody
Sherelle,
loves
when
James.
did I say I
Everybody
was
will be on
better
a
than?
flight, but nobody's got it like you, Hayes, and you're an amazing man. You're the man of this whole situation. Now hold
Oh,
yourself up to a higher standard.
Okay. Okay, so you know what? Just for you tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure Gino calls you 3 times tomorrow. Okay?
No,
Breakfast,
you don't
lunch,
need
and
to make sure Gino does anything. That's
dinner.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make sure because that's
Gino,
what you want. That's what you want.
no, I need naturalness. I don't need him to call me. I need him to be at peace.
Guys,
So,
just
yo,
please,
no,
hold on.
time out. You just said you want him at peace. He said he didn't want to talk to no one today.
That's
so why can't
fine,
you-
and I understand that.
Okay, so that's it. Then it's over then. Then you understand. So it's over. I don't have no issues
All
with
right.
you. Yo,
That's
so
cool.
how about this, Sherelle? Are you coming to the funeral? Because we're
Of course I
burning
am.
we're
When is
burning the
it?
body. We're burning the body, and we're gonna do something like he did
Burning
on
the
beach.
body. Okay.
Yeah, we're burning the body, and we're gonna do something like he did for his mother on the
Is that what he wanted?
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what his father could afford. His father can't afford it.
He doesn't want to be in the ground.
Okay.
Well, are you pulling up on the 29th, Sunday? Are you pulling up? Because we're
Are
having
you
it
talking
Sunday.
to Sherelle or me?
I'm talking to Sherelle because she should be here. James would want that. James would definitely want
Of
Sherelle.
course I'm going to be there.
Okay,
James
so I'm inviting you.
wants
I'm
a lot of us
inviting you.
there. I can't afford it.
Sherelle, did you hear me? I'm
I
inviting
have to
you.
be there.
I know he would want
You're
you there.
inviting me? I'm going. How about that? I'm
There
going.
you go. There you go. So,
She's inviting you. That's
don't
hilarious.
think I don't like you, Sherelle, because
See?
I know you need
That's
to be
scary.
there. I know you need to be there because James would want that. As much as whatever happened, he would
Well,
want
as
you.
long as I got your invitation. Are you sure I'm allowed?
For reals.
Oh.
Problems. Fucking problems.
Well, now I got to be invited. I feel like so violated right now. My stomach feels like just a knife went through it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. I'd rather talk to Avery.
Maybe I'm the one that's scheduling it. I'm the one that called everyone Avery. I'm the one that called Scissors. I'm the one that called.
I called
CBD,
Avery too,
Tiff.
sweetheart.
Oh,
I'm the one
you
that had
called-
her phone number and I gave it
Yo,
to
Why
you.
did you cut me off? I said I'm the one that called them to make this thing. I'm the one. That
I got
set-
Avery's number. I called you.
What
and
does
I
that
let
have to do with-
Avery know what's
I'm the
going
one-
on.
I'm the one that is.
But who cares about me, and what I did? I don't care about any of that.
You can't even let people talk. You can't even have a conversation.
Because I'm just saying, I got to make sure that
No,
this
yeah,
truth
you're
is
just
spoke.
saying, but you don't let no one else speak. As I was saying, I am
not scared of you.
coordinating this. I'm the one coordinating this. That's calling everyone, telling them what time, what place. So
And I respect you for that.
And so I just.
So
told
do I
you,
have
why-
your invite? Am I allowed
So
to
you
James
see-
Munder's funeral?
You see what you're doing? You see what you're doing? Do I have your invite? Okay, so you know what? You take care of
Sherelle,
this. You
you're
make all the
invited.
arrangements.
He wanted
make
you
all
there.
the arrangements. Sherelle, you make the arrangements. You call everyone. Do it.
You just need
Do
to
it.
pick
I don't
me up
want-
on the way, sweetheart.
Do it.
Well, looks
I
like
don't
you
want
got
to-
everything under control.
No.
Well, I don't even know now because it doesn't seem very pleasant to go to, and I want to be there. Of course I do.
Yo, Sherelle, you're gonna be there because you know what?
All right,
You know what?
as long as you're
You
there.
know, everyone knows that he would want you there. Okay.
I know.
I just
Okay,
don't have
thank you.
I've got a senior
So why are
graduating.
you so mad at me? So why do you have a bone to pick with me?
God.
I don't.
Okay, so then can we get along?
Please.
Can I please make a statement, please, since this is my
Go ahead,
channel and
please.
I'm
Please,
just
please
saying.
change the subject.
Hey, the reason people are questioning you, A, you were there very quick. B, Sherelle was on the phone asking you about the deed to his mother's place, and you're like, don't worry about that. With the truther community, I'm telling you right now, and how James was, that was not the correct answer. Negative, Scott. Okay, because I tell you what, that was the wrong answer. That right there made people question everything you said before and after.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. Now,
So
can I say
ask you
something?
right now,
No,
what's
no.
going to
Can I
happen
say
to the
something?
deed to his mother's
Can
place?
I say something? Because
Yeah,
Sherelle knows
that's
me.
fine.
Sherelle knows me. Do you know
Yeah.
I was ran over at the World Trade Center and awarded $15 million? Do you know I
Yeah,
always
I
had
know
a
that
car?
you're filthy rich.
No, I'm not talking to you, Sherelle. I'm talking to the girl. Does she know
No,
that I'm
I'm
worth
not aware
$15
of
million?
that. I don't care about money, but go
No,
ahead.
so look, I'm talking.
He's
I'm gonna
got
talk.
great lawyers.
No,
He's got
so
amazing
no,
lawyers.
yo, you see why you talking? I'm saying
That's
something.
an awesome thing, and
You just
you
told
were
me why I'm
awarded that
suspect.
because the
You
government
just
fucking lied to us and caused that shit.
you just asked
Go
a
ahead.
question I can't answer. You just asked a question I can't answer.
Yep.
You said it was suspect that when she said
It
what's
was.
up with the yo. So can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. So when she said what's up with the D, yeah, I'm not going to talk about no houses. I don't need a freaking house. I own a half a block.
Yeah, he
I own
does.
a half a block. I
But
don't
to
need money.
James,
Sweetheart, I
and
don't
his
need money. I
followers,
don't need money. Sweetheart, this is a
honey.
house. This is $250,000. This is a
What he's
house.
saying is true.
This
I
watch
realize
costs $250,000.
not
Okay?
everybody knew your finances, honey.
Okay,
She
so
asked
that's
you
He's
that
got
yo.
amazing
because
lawyers.
Okay, so yo, that's all I'm saying. So now you
people that
understand.
care about
When
James, and for
when
you to
when
say it doesn't matter, that was not the thing to say.
okay, so at that time you got to understand. I'm doing a live stream.
No, it wasn't.
Gino doesn't even want me doing that. He doesn't want me doing. He doesn't want no videos, no nothing. I'm doing a
He
live stream.
hates videos. That's just natural for Gino, though. Gino doesn't even like when James live streams.
Okay, so that's my point. Like, yo, listen to what I'm saying. He doesn't want me doing that. Everyone's telling me they want me to do that. He's telling me he doesn't want no one knowing about nothing. So when you're asking me on a live stream, hold on, I'm talking. When you're asking me on a live stream, what's up with the D? I'm not going to be like, oh, well, we can't find it right now, and his father's all mad. I'm not
I
going to do
just
that.
wish you would have used better choice of words.
And you know what? I'm sorry, and I wish I would have too. I'm sorry.
And
I
if
wish I
you
would
know
have too.
James like I do, you would have said, you know what, we'll talk about that later, not on a live stream.
And you know what? That's the exact thing I should have said, and I didn't. So since
Okay.
I didn't.
And you know
get
what? I'm going to say this right now and clear all this up.
Since
Okay.
I didn't
If
say that
James
specifically
loved
the
you,
perfect way, so now I'm a bad guy because I didn't say
no,
it.
no,
No,
no.
nobody's saying you're a bad guy.
Like yo, I can't even read. I can't even
Stop.
read.
Quit defending yourself and relax, please. Hayes, you really need to chill.
Hayes, can I
Please,
ask you
babe.
something?
I'm serious. Please.
Did
Calm
James
down.
love
Nobody.
you?
Yeah, James does love you. And I just want you to calm your voice down, please.
I'm
Nobody's
sorry,
attacking
Sherelle,
you.
but
You're an
I want
amazing man and
but
you're there, okay?
Sherelle,
Kay
who's this
Smalls is
Aphrodite?
just an investigator. She's a truther and she just wants to talk to you.
Oh, yo, who's
Hey.
this girl? Aphrodite, Starfish, Rose, whatever. She's attacking me and all her people. Like,
Okay,
you know what
I
I'm
will
saying?
clear that up with Aphrodite, okay? Listen to me, Hayes. Listen. I love James with all my heart. You don't understand, okay? This is so hard. Sherelle knows. Maps knows. It's like over like 12 years, okay, that I've known him, that he's been my brother. If I don't get to see him on his funeral, I'm gonna be so heartbroken. I have a senior that's graduating. I don't ask nobody for nothing. People know that. I barely get a view here and there. You know, I've got almost 16,000 subs. It's been froze for how long? I don't care about any of that stuff. The thing is, I know James would want me there. God
Listen,
damn
the
it.
more people, the better for Gino. So he sees how many people love his son. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand the way you feel about James. I don't know one person that met him that doesn't feel that way. That's how amazing he was. I don't know anyone that he crossed paths with that ain't crying right now
He
and
is an
missing him and wishes
angel.
they could see him right now. I don't know one person. Okay? I don't know one person that will say, I know James Munda and he's a bad. I don't know nobody. Okay? But you got to understand also, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of elements into this right now. A lot of elements. His father's 80 years old and might have cancer.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you know what I asked his father today? Do you know what I had to ask my twin's father? Gino, if something happens to you, what do you want to do with this house? If something happens to Gino, he doesn't have a will. He doesn't even have anything saying, like, this is what I want to happen. And Marcy's coming here trying to get him kicked out, saying that she lives here and to kick me and
Can
him
I
out.
ask you, who the fuck is Marcy? Please tell me.
She's the reason James is dead. She's the reason James is dead.
Hey, Smalls, I have to talk to you about that. We have to talk on the phone about that. That's a whole nother subject.
All right,
But
everybody
she
here in this
give her Larry.
go into
Yeah,
go into private
everybody
chat.
knows who she
My
is.
cell phone's there. My
Larry,
cell
give
phone
her
is
the briefing of who she is. Sorry. Okay. Larry,
Hey,
give her the briefing of who she is. I can't
Killed my
even
best
talk right
friend.
now.
She killed my best friend.
Okay.
I tried to stop it so much. I tried to stop it, friend.
Let it out, honey. Let it out.
Oh, man. She fucking
Let it
killed my
out,
brother.
sweetheart.
Oh, man.
How did she kill? I mean, who is this Marcy person?
Listen.
Is this the same? Is
She
this
went with me to
Sherelle?
this
Is this
bitch.
the same woman that was friends with his mother?
Yes.
That showed up at a
No.
Are you fucking kidding
No.
I
me?
had to play the message today. It's on the voicemail in the house. It says, come get me.
Oh,
The
no.
voicemail says, come get me. At 3 o'clock. We went to go get her.
From
And then
Munder?
she comes back here today and she's not crying. And she's trying to kick his father out and nobody cares.
Oh, my God.
And you don't want to pick on me for some reason. It's driving me crazy.
Okay, Hayes, you're very. That's not true. We all got to get on the same page.
I did nothing but try and protect that kid. Every time I was with him, every time I tried to protect him with everything. And you guys are going to sit here and put me as the bad guy? Go ahead.
Okay,
Do whatever you want.
I have almost 16,000 subs. It's not a whole lot, but it's a little bit, okay? I'm very, very censored, and James knew that. All right, I'm going to make sure that you're cleared, but I need to speak to you first, okay? One-on-one privately. Guys, I'm going to have to end this stream. We're all going to have to talk privately. I know I don't want to have to do that because James would not want that, but it's necessary right now. I will give you all the down low and the highlights that I can, okay? We need to talk about stuff that is not James would understand it does not need to be publicly spoken at the moment, okay? Thanks so much. I will do another stream tomorrow with highlights and songs for you guys, okay? I love you all with all my heart. Much love. God bless. Rest in peace, Munder. You all can stay here. I'm just going to end the broadcast.